Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Classic Championship Series week number 2. Today we have XFlow Pink taking on DZG Olympus. I am joined here with Ionic Wind, and I am Magfraz myself. Ionic, how are you doing today?
Doing good, doing great. Glad to be here.
Yeah, I am really excited. Both of these teams really eager to get themselves a win in the books, both going 0-2 in week 1. And XFlow Pink is having OP Kill Switch fill in for the top lane, I believe replacing Yeoni. We are not sure why, but they will be losing their second and third bans in this draft. So, we'll check on that. Maybe they only lost the second one. We will see. Okay, they do lose second and third. So what are you expecting to see here as we see XFlow Pink taking the Seraphine as the high priority as it is?
A lot of AoE, sustain, heal. Trying to win bot lane a little hard with harass and poke. They'll try and lead the charge there. DZG can respond by just winning hard top lane. Or they can go safe and get the Senna Kinch pick up. It's also on the table. XFlow Pink could pull out the double support as well. As we see Trundle picked up. Ooh.
Yeah, they could pull out the double support. Looking over their OP.GG, they seem like the team that is going to be wanting to work around their bot lane. So the Wukong is being hovered here. And Olympus locking in the Tom Kinch and the Trundle, two already really beefy front lines. And with those picks alone, it's making me really think that Olympus is going for a strong front-to-back team fight and allowing that Trundle to melt the front line.
Yeah, XFlow Pink will need to get some kite going, some distance. That's where Trundle and Kinch have an issue. Just they kind of walk at you. If you can kite them and orb walk them a lot and just auto, distance spell, CC chain, you'll be fine. And I think that's what XFlow Pink's going to do here. They're picking up the Senna to try and negate the Kinch Senna combo, but also double support technically. Depends on which Senna you're looking at, whether it be fasting or AD or support. I don't know at this point. There's so many versions of Senna.
Yeah, Senna's definitely one of those flexible picks, and it's even a high possibility with the Seraphine being able to farm in the bot lane. Talia locked in for Olympus. Now, if I'm not mistaken, they played that week 1 as well. So Olympus not afraid to pull out the old-fashioned rock thrower. And we also have to be able to respect, if you're on the side of XFlow Pink, that this could very well be a Trundle in the jungle matching the Wukong Trundle on the top and a Talia in the jungle to match the Wukong.
Ooh,
and
spicy.
We are going into the second round of bans now. Go on.
Well, that's very spicy. I've only seen Talia mid lane and Trundle jungle or top, but it used to be jungle, and that mini rework really packed a punch. But I've only seen it work out well in lane. I haven't seen her in jungle at all anywhere. So it'd be exciting to see. That'd be like a spice card for DZG Olympus to pull out on them. Something the teams aren't expecting.
Yeah, XFlow Pink focusing on the AD pool of Gin and Tonic, while Olympus pinched the Ahri and the Renata. Two really safe picks, not wanting to too heavily commit to either the support or the mid, knowing the flexibility of the Seraphine that we haven't really touched on. And Kog'Maw is going to be the hover vein. We are going to stop talking and just let them lock in while we continue discussing. Varus is the one locked in. So not a traditional ADC that you see a lot with Tom Kinch. Usually Tom Kinch, if he's not in a Senna Tom Kinch lane, he'll be wanting to have somebody he is like a hyper carry he can protect, and with his Varus, he may be wanting to play around somebody else, or play more heavily around that poke.
It could be more rotational, maybe pivot, go Heralds and Dragons a lot, you help the other lanes get ahead. I'm interested to see who they're funneling. I mean, it's a good idea to funnel into Trundle or Varus if you can. The Silas pick, I don't not necessarily counters anyone. Usually that's grabbed to like grab a Malphite ulti or something. I don't see anything worth grabbing. Maybe, you know, it kind of works with Trundle's ulti.
Yeah,
Silas comes up.
I'm gonna counter you on that one. If this is right now, if this is gonna be a Talia mid versus a Silas mid, and we're seeing XFlow Pink's comp rounded out with Zac locked in as well. So if this is Silas and Talia in the mid lane, Silas can steal Talia's ult and match the roams quite easily, and Poppy's locked in, which this team from Olympus really hates anybody who has a dash.
Yeah, it's about 3 of them. Wukong, the Silas, and the Zac as well. They've got a good wombo combo as well. XFlow Pink.
Yeah, and they do have a good wombo, but at the same time, Olympus has quite a few ways of buying space for the Talia and the Varus to be throwing out that damage.
I don't know if they want to buy too much space with their 3 melee-ers, pretty much, and Trundle can run down Zac. You know, just he's a big anti-tank, and Wukong's not going to be a fan of it either. I don't even think Silas will be. So there's a lot of up-in-your-face CC with those 3, Kinch, Trundle, and Poppy. They're just buying time and stalling for Varus and Talia, it looks like, which will, you know, pay dividends if they can funnel, you know, the money into them as well as the levels.
Yeah, so correct me if I'm wrong, you're kind of thinking this is going to be this game's going to kind of break down to whoever pulls the trigger first wins?
Yeah, there's not much escape. Yeah, they'll be sitting ducks. DZG Olympus will be sitting ducks. Their backline will be just, you know, they have to use a flash or something to get away. And, I mean, Talia's got some movement speed if she hugs the wall, but it's not going to be enough if, you know, any of that CC hits from XFlow Pink. That's the worrisome part about wombo combos. But, I mean, they've got the pick potential, you know. They've got the speed, the movement, and the long-range snipe with Varus to take some stragglers out in the jungle and really dismantle the teamfight before it happens. The grouping is just going to be a pain. But, you know, split push, you know, micro side lane management, that's going to get the DZG Olympus ahead here and get them the big old W.
Definitely, and breaking down the team counts a little more as we are in the client champ select, finishing things out and people finalizing their runes as well. Both teams kind of have, in my opinion, kind of obvious ways they can counter each other, because Olympus has the Tahm Kench able to save the Talia or Varus from the wombo combo of XFlow Pink, and if either of them are really ahead, they can turn that fight around a lot very quickly. But on the opposite side, XFlow Pink has a lot of options to engage and pick, that if Eclipse is not playing this Tahm Kench very well to peel for his proper carries, it is going to be hard for Olympus to buy enough space without negating any big engages with Tahm Kench.
Yeah. I mean, it's a matter of time. Usually a lot of there's gonna be some fights that break out. I still think it's gonna find a couple key fights, maybe by Dragon Pit, Fair, and Herald, you know, or some weird funnel. You know, they don't want to get caught in the funnel situation in those narrow passageways because there's no room to dodge. A Seraphine ulti, Sin ulti in those little hallways between like backsides of camps. And with Wukong and Zac on top of that, it's just a CC nightmare. You'd want to get a QSS and like flash out or something, get the heck out of dodge there because it's dangerous. So, but they can easily play around that and really play to the lanes. I think the lanes will win DZG Olympus the game. XFlow Pink just wants the big, you know, team fight, clump them together and knock them all down and get like objective right after, like Baron or Towers, Dragon.
Yeah, definitely. And as we're finishing things up, I'm gonna ask you real quick. Right now, who are you gonna take in this game one? XFlow Pink or Olympus?
Oh, but I'm a sucker for wombo combos because it's like so inevitable. It's like, you know, you can force people to come to you, but if the split push is good and you stay good on comms and get enough picks or just get someone fed enough, I mean, there's enough counter picks out there. Trundle, Varus can keep the range. I I want to give it to XFlow Pink just because it's scaling, honestly, because the Senna, they stole the Senna from the Kinch.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So you're taking XFlow Pink in this game 1. All right.
Yeah, I think I'll go DZG next one.
All right, we'll see game 2, but everybody stay tuned to see how this game 1 folds out. We will be throwing it over to a quick spectator delay, but while you are waiting, head over to DZG's partner W.GG. You should be seeing a link in your chat. Use code DZGWin at checkout for 10% off, including the starter pack with a 20-ounce shaker and 3 sample flavors. My personal favorite is the Galaxy Grenade. And while we are waiting, we will see you on the other side.
Sometimes I can't help but feel like I don't belong here. Out of place, out of mind, like all the time. There's nothing else that feels like it's meant for me. But I've got a sweet escape. Under bright light, illuminate my face. Under bright light, they're shining down on us. Under bright light, illuminate your face. Under bright light, that's when I come alive. Baby, take me higher. I wanna see the whole sky. See the galaxy's reflection in your eyes. There's nothing that compares to this energy. I've got a sweet escape. Under bright light, illuminate my face. Under bright light, they're shining down on us. Under bright light, illuminate your face. Under bright light, that's when I come alive.
And welcome back to Game 1 of XFlow Pink versus DZG Olympus for the Classic Championship Series. We have our team spreading out into what seems to be just a normal 5-point defense for both sides. And not too much to notice. Ionic, I remember during the break you got a little caught off guard by the Poppy being in the jungle instead of the Trundle. So, care to explain that your surprise there? Maybe just elaborate a little bit?
I mean, I'm always so used to Trundle the jungle. I've seen Poppy in the jungle. It's just, it makes sense. You got the dash, you can pin him in the wall. It's just a little tricky, Yeah, it's not that you can't just make a pillar out of nowhere. And now that'd be a great gank for top lane though. Pillar into Poppy, dash into that pillar. That'd be a delicious little gank. But yeah, I'm all about efficiency when it comes to jungle ganks. Dash and instead of just running at them slowly is way more efficient for the ganks to pop off, especially when you got like long dashes like Zach from downtown. So I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, and I don't know why it took me this long to notice, but this is a Zac top and Wukong jungle. I don't know
See,
why I just noticed this a minute and a half into the game, but that is definitely a matchup. Zac top versus Trundle is not a matchup you typically see.
I don't think Zach wants that heat. That is awkward Tofu's match to win up there. That is, oof, see, brutal. I hope OP Kill Switch is ready for that.
Hopefully, one thing that we didn't quite cover in the draft is OP Killswitch is a mid lane player filling in for top lane because XFlow had their first 2 E-subs denied. So, okay, we got a little bit of a skirmish.
Yeah, there's the flash. Yeah, it's just to get his dead up there. That is, I mean, I've never seen it. I don't see it mid. You don't see it really top. You've only seen Zach in the jungle. Trundle's just a hard counter to it. Anti-heal just sucks it away. Anti-tank, it's gonna be brutal top lane.
It's definitely gonna be tough. It is gonna be really tough for the Zach, and I'm expecting he's gonna get zoned off of a decent amount of CS at some point in this game. He's already 3-11, but has a decent wave to catch up on.
And here's that poke harass CC combo in the bot lane. Oh my gosh, what a great trade by bot lane from XFlow Pink. Oh my gosh. They're pushing it in hard. They're gonna lose a good chunk of those minions to tower. And it looks like even the mid lane's pushing too.
Mid lane's pushing in, so Polish is gonna have his choice on the scuttles. He looks like he's full clearing, and there's some fight going on mid.
Ooh, great knockup. There's that great Talia rework combo. Ugh. It's so uniform. It's so delicious.
It looks like it's flowed like water.
Yeah.
Which is ironic because she's the rock person of League, but we can cover that topic later.
Yeah.
So, cheeky little invade coming in from Olympus, kind of disturbing Polish Pharaoh on this Wukong, and Power of Ethernet likely going to have his choice over both scuttles if he wants to go for it, or go for the steal.
Oh, the invade.
Zach is roaming down to cover. I don't think anything is going to come of that.
And back in this bot lane, they just don't have the spacing here that they need. They get too close and they're gonna get punished. It's all about Eclipse getting up in the front, and there's a dash back to mid lane. Poppy gets a gank and a flash away from. Is that Trice Cross?
Yes, Trice Cross.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a lot of summoners burnt, and we have a fight top as well. Tofu getting kind of low, but the Trundle healing.
I'm not too worried about it, but he might. No, yeah, he just needs his ultimate. That's all I was waiting for.
Yeah, 2 levels and then top lane's a bloodbath. We'll give him that.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for Eclipse to pull the trigger on this bot lane because he needs to get up in their face, 100%. Because they won't know what to do with it.
I'm gonna counterpoint that. I don't think that Eclipse is gonna have that easy of a time getting up in the face. Ooh, top lane.
Great dash cancel. Pin to the wall. Kill switch gets autoed. Red buff is not gonna be enough. Walks away. A lot of death avoidances across the board right now.
It's not a flashy gank, but it's a very useful gank because that allows Tofu to farm this wave safely under his tower after getting chunked out without having to be concerned about burning his own flash in defense.
And speaking of chunking out, bot lane is getting chunked out on their own tower. XFlow Pink's bot lane is just brutal right now with the poke and harass.
It is very hard, and I'm curious. I have not personally played the Varus Tom Kinch duo lane, so I don't necessarily know when this duo is going to necessarily succeed. My assumption is it's going to be post 6 do they get access to that Varus ultimate.
Yeah, I would
But
assume.
I feel like that's going to be a lot of these lanes is just a lot of poking back and forth, poking the bears, seeing who flinches first, but we're not going to see a whole lot until we start seeing ultimates across the board.
It might require some anti-heal, sadly, with all the sustain Senna and Seraphine have against these two. And their best bet would probably be Gin and Tonic to apply it because, I mean, Eclipse has got to take damage for that to work out. And there's not a lot of autos going to be flying at him. They're just going to be going straight for Gin and Tonic. We'll see.
It's definitely possible, and I'm sure if there are any support mains in the chat watching, they also know the understanding, or really just any role of how much of a nerf the Grievous Wounds from the durability patch. This is a hill I am willing to die on very often, that it is very hard to get value out of Grievous Wounds in the current meta. You might as well hard rush the tier 2 Grievous Wounds item if you want any specific value out of it. So,
the E? The Mark, maybe. It might give Grievous Wounds for Varus.
I know Varus, his field does, but I don't know if that's enough Grievous Wounds for this lane.
Well,
So that's
it's
something
it's gonna have to be.
it's gonna have to do for now until we start seeing some Grievous items in check, which Olympus is gonna have to do.
It's not really doing a lot right now, that's for sure. Sadly.
It's not, but so we have teams prioritizing vision on different sides of the map. Olympus trading in the mid lane, not much else gonna come out of it. Kind of the story of this early game. And we see Power of Ethernet pathing towards this.
Eclipse is going in, gets the tongue. There's the Grievous Wounds. Yeah, it doesn't last too long either. But here comes.
Yeah, but we have a gank coming in.
Power over Ethernet. There's the knock up. Oh, just barely missed. And he's just gonna kite it, walk it out, yep. And then re-engage from distance. But nothing happens.
Yeah, not much happening. Olympus being very proactive in attempting to get stuff to happen, but they just haven't been able to get anything to work out. And now these bot lanes should be close to all getting 6. We have Seraphine, or Alpaca on, or Ally Paca, Alpaca. She is now 6 on the Seraphine, first one of the lane. And a very uninteractive early game, or not necessarily uninteractive, uneventful early game is a better terminology.
Just, a lot of sustain, a lot of, healing up, shields. They're just waiting for the big
I don't
trigger.
know if you want to know that I don't know if you want to be there.
Yeah, he just, just walks it out. There's just a lot of sustain. It's gonna come to a screeching halt when ultimates and, a mythic item hits the table. It's gonna hurt like a truck. I just don't know where it's gonna hit first. Like, you got Varus scaling mid-game to late. Sin is real late. Great sustain bot lane, but good engage. It's just a matter of where it comes from and who's there. Rotations.
Yeah, and we actually have Alka Tofu starting up this Herald, and the rest of Olympus is coming to match. Eclipse on the rotate initially, but decides to opt to just head back towards bot. And Olympus is going to claim the first Herald and give it to their top lane, so they're really banking on Tofu to abuse this top lane matchup here soon.
He's gotta be. It's in the name. The ulti's up. It's time for Tofu to.
I'm not sure if you want to be there. Okay, we're just gonna dive on out, and we will be giving over this dragon, I assume. Or we may
so the ultimate. There's the ultimate on top of Seraphine, right on top of Gin and Tonic. There's the ultimate for Senna, right there. Point blank auto on top of Alpaca goes down to autos from the Gin and Tonic with one more hit. Critical arrow, not enough. As Silas cuts off the Officer Penguin, as well as the power over Ethernet with a combo of Pharaoh, taking it out with the ultimate from Wukong, and down goes the Poppy with the chain combo from Tricross. Double kill for Power.
Yeah, and I can't help but notice in the entirety of that fight, you had Eclipse on the Tom Kinch, heavy focusing on the Senna Seraphine, rather than rotating up to rejoin with his jungle and his mid laner. After you get the 1-for-1, you really want to get back into that group because I mean, as we saw, your mid lane and jungle don't win that 2v2, especially at the health they were at. And now you have a 2-0 Silas you have to deal with, and still no grievous wounds to see. And I was informed by our production that Varus E provides 25% grievous wounds, so the same as the base grievous item.
Something they nerfed as well, probably.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. I miss grievous wounds. I want the game longer. I don't know if grievous wounds was the angle. Health, increasing health. Yeah, I could see it, but grievous wounds, I don't know about that. That's a counter.
Yeah.
What's the
So
answers?
in that entire skirmish, we didn't see the Herald also dropped in the top lane. Hammy chasing after Gin and Tonic.
Ooh, big chunk of health gone from Mobster Penguin there. Good tri-cross combo. Silas is getting a little scary.
Definitely is getting scary, and Power Within that may be caught out here.
Yep. Oh, but canceled 2 dashes. I love this hit.
cancel.
Oh my gosh. It
Still got to
ganks
spend the
and
ultimate.
it cancels. Oh my gosh. Hobby jungle. And there's the great catch. The knockup was swinging a miss by Eclipse. There's the flash and critical hit by Gin and Tonic. Taking it out. That's what I'm looking for when I see a Varus. And it looks like Poppy's fighting Wukong over here.
I'll hush my mouth until we see the result of this.
There's the ultimate. There's the knockup. Is it going to be enough CC to keep Trundle locked up? But the ultimate on top hits the mark. Poppy needs to get out. No, Power Reader gets dropped by Pharaoh. Pharaoh tries to get out. One more hit, and it's not going. Yes, it is enough of the chop combo. He dodges it, but no! The expunge boom double kill for OP kill switch. Pulling the switch up in top lane by the Krebs. Meanwhile, Tricross takes out Mobster Penguin. Sleeping with the fishes right now.
The solo bolo in the mid lane, and after a very uneventful early game, we have had about 5 minutes, it feels like, of just non-stop action.
Seconds,
and Eclipse
sticks it
stop
up.
us back.
Oh, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Oh, but it may be, as he just kind of walks it out. And Varus comes with the artillery. Oh, swinging a miss from Gin and Tonic there. Yeah, once 6 hit and the items come in, Mythic and up, it's just a brutal ultimate combo on top of it, but eats the Eclipse, throws it right back on top of Hammy, hits the knock into the wall, Poppy's on top, there's the knockout from Eclipse on top of Alpaca, and just a critical combo from Gin and Tonic takes out the Senna and the Seraphine, double kill in the bot lane, turning the scaling upside down. Will be enough to take out Tricross mid, though, later, as well as the Zac 2-0 top.
This is a classic battle of solo lanes versus dual lanes.
Oh my god, Mobster Penguin! What happened? He's not a Katarina, but spinning to win helped take out the mid laner there. Mobster Penguin just removed from the game. 0 to 100. Oh my gosh. Everfrost is...
So I feel like we're going to be seeing a Silas banned in game 2 because Tricross has done a lot of work, and it's only been 13 minutes, and this pick is just going to be more and more threatening, and we even have a roam to the top side.
Doing the Trundle ultimate and the Senna ultimate just to execute it. XWF. Oh my gosh, Hammy taking it out. Top lane. Yeah, the Zac and the Silas are their power right now, and they're gonna funnel everything they can to do it. But DZG has an out. The Gin and Tonic.
Yes, Gin and Tonic gonna have to definitely do some work, and Eclipse has his work cut out for him to keep Gin and Tonic alive against these scary divers of the Silas and the Zac. Okay, so it looks troll. It looks troll, but he wants the Hex Flash.
No, Troll's up top lane. It's awkward tofu. You gotta,
okay. I'm gonna start doing a solo cast if we do. But so we did that for the Hex Flash, so it's worth, right? If I'm getting this right.
Well, I mean, they get the Ocean Dragon control, which is great for their team. Trundle, Kinch, and Poppy can all take care of that.
It's like 4v5 at the moment.
Ooh, and there's the disengage for Power Ethernet, but there's the... No, not going to connect. Tricross goes in, there's the ultimate, does not connect, does not find purchase, needs to back it up, and Kite, there's a knock away. That's not the real Wukong today, that's a clone I see. And there goes, back into it. And down goes Gin and Tonic, that was the real one. Oh my gosh, and down goes Kinch as well. Power Ethernet next on the target hit list. Disengage, but not enough. All that's left is Mobster Penguin. Now you got fooled. That was the clone that got hit away by Poppy's ultimate there. It looks like...
So 3-for-1. We get Olympus gets the top tier 1 and likely going to be at least damage onto this top tier 2. They give up the second dragon. I'm not sure if that's a worth team fight because of how rough, how much scaling the side of XFlow has.
Yeah, and awkward Tofu just doesn't have the power that they need right now. They can get back into the game. I don't know if a QSS will do him a world of wonders because there's all the CC, but I think it would because he just kind of runs in autos for Trundle. You know, it might be the answer for awkward.
Yeah, it may be the answer, but here's the thing: is it's a lot of knockups.
Yeah, it is.
You have knockups on the Wukong, knockups on the Zac, knockups on the Stylus. The only people who have non-knockup CC is the Senna Seraphine. And the question is, like, how often is this Trundle going to be running into them?
No,
because right now he's been playing really heavy into the split push. And Hammy, I'm not sure if you want to be walking up here.
Oh, combo, Jin and Tai ulti does not cancel the Senna ultimate, and down goes the Hammy, but takes all the tower shot. Oh, an interesting save, Eclipse. Will be enough to get away from the kill switch. Trigger pull, and yes, it will be.
Eclipse body blocking like the true support he is.
And Grievous Wounds popping off, I guess, right down the sack. Passive.
Yeah, possibly. And in case you missed it in Twitch chat, the Senna was at 61 souls at 15 minutes. I would assume not much further than that, based on how these past 2 minutes have gone. So, not as accelerated as you would like, but not in a terrible spot, given the circumstances of not being in a super kill-heavy bot lane early on.
It did exert a lot of pressure and power and poke down there in the bot lane. And they got, like, some of it, but they didn't get all of it. You know, Jin and Tonic just got out of it scot-free. Really, the punishing lane should have been Trundle versus OP kill switch, but nothing really happened. It was too healthy and calm.
Yeah, it's been a surprisingly quiet lane. And we have a 3-man gank top.
Looks like there's the pillar combo. Silas re-engaged with ultimate popping dash knockup combo. Will be enough. Oh, the Zhong is buying time. Here comes teleports from all over the map. There's the Zac ultimate to disengage as Tricross gets out of there. Trying to re-engages by himself. It's not going to be enough. Awkward Tofu goes down. The Rockwell does not save it. And looks like DZG will back up, kite it back to safely top tower. Herald still standing as Jin and Tonic split pushing against the bot outer tower.
Yeah, and Olympus fighting around your losing lane, trying to re-put this Trundle on the map, and you're getting more gold onto your Varus. So that is a bright side. But you just gave over more gold to the side of XFlow, who is wanting to just keep this
Jin and
game
Tonic's
slow.
about to get caught out. There's the Varus ultimate combo. Grievous Wounds not gonna be enough. Point blank, Tricross takes it out. That's a big shutdown right there.
Yeah, that was a really nice shutdown. This Silas is a huge problem for the side of Olympus. And now the question comes in, how is Olympus going to address them?
Okay. They're gonna catch out OP kill switch and get some shutdown gold off the 150 as the flash is burned. Chomp combo, auto pin, and looks like he won't get away. Yo, just barely flash and takes it with the ultimate. And down goes the passive.
Who are we giving this to? Who do we give this to?
Yeah,
okay. Okay. That's a really important decision there, because the question is, do you believe you can get this Trundle to be a factor in the game, or do you just say, hey, Tofu, your goal was to shut down the Zac early. You messed that up. It's okay, we all make mistakes. You need to start building tank. And you give that to somebody else.
I don't think you give it to power over the Ethernet. Just a glorified CC support jungle.
I'm not necessarily saying it's that's the right decision. I'm saying that's a question you have to think right in that moment. Of, do you believe this Trundle can become a factor? And if so, then you give him the gold. If not, you had Monster Penguin coming up. You can give him the gold, because he's not going to be able to build tank. He's not going to be able to just be a frontline member of the team.
Well, the ultimate's not really being used a lot by Monster Penguin. The roam didn't come in, the lanes are kind of ending. You're really relying on split push, and you don't really want a team fight, so I put all my chips in the basket on Varus and Trundle here for DZG. And for, XFlow Pink, I'd put it on, obviously, Tricross Zac, and just an overall team fight wombo combo. But mostly the Tricross. That Silas is huge.
Yeah, the Silas is a huge problem for the side of Olympus to address. And this is third dragon, Cloud Soul, which we hadn't really talked about. And Olympus is coming in like they want to contest it.
They can. It's at half. They need vision in the pit. Varus needs to connect some poke as he gets engaged on by the back line. We can switch with Tricross on top of the Charm Ultimate from Alpaca, but there's the Sentinels on top of it. There's a knockup, and it's going to be enough to take out Tricross. This is the big shutdown for DZG here. They got him in the pin. He's dashed away. Will they follow up? No, they go and re-engage on the back line. Oh, Wukong and Zac just delete them with a combo. They get sucker punched into a double kill there by XFW Hammy there. Looks like that's all the members there is. They're just going to chase it down? Nope. Looks like Awkward Tofu will get out.
So this should be the Baron for XFlow Pink. And that, as much as we acknowledge that we are a DZG stream and we try to hide any biases, I don't want to flame DZG too much, but you're not really built for the way you're playing these fights. You have a Trundle who went Hullbreaker second, and you're TPing him in late, nonetheless. You're TPing him in late for Soul Point. You have Tier 1 Grievous onto your Poppy against a Silas Senna and a full support Seraphine.
Yeah, and it's putting a lot of pressure on. I feel bad for Gin and Tonic. It's put a lot of pressure on that ADC right there, because like you gotta land the arrows. Like a lot of it's riding on the arrows hitting, and long range poke in the dark. That's really hard.
Yeah, so there is still some dim silver lining if you're on the side of DZG. Is that wasn't Soul. Yes, you did lose Baron, but there are now objective bounties on the map, and there are a lot of champion bounties as well, especially on some of these squishier members that you've caught out before in stuff like the Seraphine and the Senna. So if you get let's say the Senna kill onto Gin and Tonic, and get that 600 gold influx before this next fight, it can really help you out, and it can even get you that even base Grievous wounds, because it feels bad, but you still need it.
I so feel Orb. I mean, Orb's a great applicator of it if you're on a support or big AoE, but like it still feels weak and ugh.
Yeah, but I would argue, and while we have this downtime, we can have this conversation. Is your 25% reduction that's easily applied is a lot better than what you have right now, because you have a small AoE in
oh no, I agree. Yeah, I
Varus
agree.
E, and you have a very situational in Bramble.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I don't like it. It feels bad,
Oh,
More
I don't
strong
disagree.
than
It definitely feels terrible that you have to spend what little gold you have on it, but
it used to be an efficient
it's a necessary evil.
Yeah. Those arrows aren't hitting as hard as they should. Hammy just healed that up easy peasy. Ooh.
Well, I will say the base arrows aren't really supposed to hit all that hard, because this is a on-hit Varus.
Oh, okay,
so
gotcha.
It's a Kraken Slayer. It's a Kraken Slayer Borg.
Yeah.
I believe this may be a Navori Quickblade coming up third. I'm not too caught up on what on-hit Varus' build. Whenever I play him, I usually troll and go lethality.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So, beside of DZG, we've already kind of covered what they need to do. They need to try and find a pick onto one of these targets and get a bounty.
XFlow Pink needs to get a tower. Just keep the pressure. Group stay clumped a bit. Get like someone to answer Trundle, obviously, because that's their only split push, and then just put Tricross in a winning situation, right? Just throw them in with Wukong combo and the two long range supports to funnel into them.
Yeah, and I mean, I would argue that even with Baron, XFlow's not going to be too terribly upset if they don't get anything off of this, because you have a Senna that's still scaling. Was that I believe 80 stacks at 20 minutes, and you have Soul up in 50 seconds with a very fed Silas.
Yeah.
and a full support Seraphine who's probably sitting on a lot of gold.
Awkward Tofu's just giving up on killing OP kill switch. She's like, nah, I'm just gonna slip push.
Well, it's actually not. It looks troll, and now that Silas is here, it's gonna really hurt.
Sit ulti, there's the flash. He can pillar, get out of there. Oh, big kill switch flash, dash, jukes it. He'll get slowed by the bandage chain. Oh, and he's dead. Rest in peace. Another
So
kill.
now the question is, you just saw 3 people commit a lot.
It's not over. There's a teleport coming in right on top of it, and it's Zach right on top of OP kill switch, pulling the switch right there, and whoa, gets the bandage combo. Seraphine ultimate on the 3 members with another teleport coming in, and that looks like all of the members of XFlow Pink coming down on the hammer right here on DZG. Tricross picking up another kill, and dragging up. This is Soul Cloud.
XFlow Pink really just slapping these users to the walls because that looked like the play that Olympus could have capitalized on. Okay, Jintan gets the back off. But it looked like a play they could have collapsed on, but XFlow just had so many resources still available. They had 2 TPs. They still have a TP available onto the Seraphine. And now there's a mid inhibitor. You can reset, start prepping this Baron if you want to go for it. And they're about to, yeah, there you go. Dragon taken, soul acquired. I'm not quite sure if there's a way Olympus can win this game at this very point.
I don't think they have the scaling per se. I just can't, like, Senna scaling's taking time bomb, like Gnosis or Viger. They have late game, they have scaling, it's just, I don't know if it's gonna match up to that infinite beast that is soul stacking. Which is what we're at, like 100 probably?
The 2 item, I would assume we're probably at 100, maybe 105, 110. We can get a check on that soon, but the other thing is, like, Seraphine was sitting on a lot of money. She just got Finish of Seraph's Embrace and Staff of Flowing Water.
Ooh. You know what would be spicy on Seraphine? No, she already does Slays. I was going to say Rylai's, but...
Well, it's interesting you say that. There's the mechanic on Seraphine, and take this from somebody who was a Seraphine main for a while and still enjoys the champion. If you build Rylai's, her E slow turns into a root.
Get out of here.
The very first one turns into a root rather than a slow.
That's disgusting.
So her double turns into a stun rather than a root.
Oh, I love it. Oh.
So it is actually a strategy to build Rylai second. And Aqua Tofu skirmishing out here in the bot lane.
Does he... you know, Aqua Tofu should have, like, just hard stomped this. Like, even with the knockups. It's wild. Baron is on the table.
I want to say that he should win it. I don't know if he has the gold anymore to do it. I feel like his window for punishing this was levels like 6, 7, 8.
Yeah. Lane phase. Oh wow, what a great knockup by Monster Penguin. Gets knocked up himself by the Father Pharaoh. And looks like he'll take power over Ethernet as the Tricross picking it up with the Everfrost combo.
Yeah, it feels really bad for Olympus. You're just trying to grasp at what little straws are left in this game. And XFlow is just crossing their T's, dotting their I's. Tofu finally gets a solo kill in this matchup. But Tofu, it is 29 minutes into this game. You are about 20 minutes too late.
Tricross goes hard on Gin and Tonic. Needs an escape button. Quick, eat him! And the Clips gets him to safety, but it's not going to be enough with the shield and double down. That's why I figured would happen with that.
Tofu's padded with that.
Oh, teleport wasted. Ooh.
I mean, it doesn't matter all too much. You wouldn't have been able to stop it anyways. Game 1 taken by XFlow Pink. Senna at 138 souls at the very end of that. And a huge performance by
his damage number is the best.
Trice-cross, and I am not expected to be able to see that even
Silas damage probably
in game 2.
Oh.
Actually,
Senna scaling! Senna scaling!
Well, he even got out damaged by the Zac. But the question that comes in: how much of that Zac damage was just wailing on a Trundle who didn't?
Yeah, you're telling me a Silas with Rabadons and Medjais, and if Everfrost stacks AP, I'm pretty sure as well, got out damaged by all that. I know he's like melee and stuff, but still, like, he should have stole some AOE ultimates or something.
Yeah, probably. So I'm gonna throw it to you real quick, and then I can give my own answers. Game 2, what do you think Olympus should do and XFlow should do to prepare for this Game 2 to either try and go to Game 3 or finish it in 2 games?
For Game 3, if they want to get to it, they gotta get that Senate Kench combo off the table. Their first pick, their blue side, it scales, it's strong, it's synergy, it's better than Lucian Nami. I don't know if it's better than the Twitch Yumi or whatever Lulu combo, but it's one of the strongest ones out there besides double support in the bot lane. But like, they really need to take that and like take the reins of bot lane and just give Jin and Tonic the lead that he deserves to carry this game. I don't know about top lane. Could play it safe, go tank situation. I like the split push angle, and he's really on top of it. Well policed on split push. Just needs to get ahead. I think maybe a stronger jungler. Put some presence or some fear in XFlow Pink. Something with some damage to combo with CC. I did like the Poppy's playstyle of all the disengage, but it just wasn't enough. There was just too much engage. There was too much dashes. Poppy's only one champion. They were all coming at him like flies to Banana Frenzy. But for XFlow Pink, just rinse and repeat, honestly. Get a powerhouse on the mid lane. And just take over the game. Play it safe top. And then just get bot strong, easy kind of coasting. A wombo combo, team fight. It worked for him. Why not?
Definitely.
Why run a good formula like that,
Definitely don't steer away from what's winning you games. But if you at home want to learn how to win some of these stranger matchups like Trundle versus Dak top lane, check out DZG's Summer Split sponsor, Metafy. You should be having a link up here in chat very shortly. And if you use our referral link after your very first session, you can get $10 credit, and you can get private one-on-one coaching sessions both via live games or VOD reviews from elite experts of your choosing, some even offering free introductions. So don't forget to check out Metafy GG using the code in our chat for some very valuable teaching of how you can play this game and get to that dream rank you've always wanted. And with that, we will throw it to a quick break while these teams prepare for game number 2.
the sins that you can't confess. I'm just your ghost if we're not undressed. A part of me wish that we never met, but you act like we never. Got too wasted in the bathroom of your parents' house. Then you kissed me in the backseat of a taxi ride. And we said things that were cheesy, but we meant them, there were feelings, and now you deny it. You're in love with the idea of me, but you're not in my reality. Find it hard to even picture it, 'cause my reality is your reality. No. I'm all the sins that you can't confess. I'm just your ghost if we're not undressed. A part of me wish that we never met, but you act like we never. Got too wasted in the bathroom of your parents' house. Then you kissed me in the backseat of a taxi ride. And we said things that were cheesy, but we meant them, there were feelings, and now you deny it. You're in love with the idea of me.
And welcome back. We are in draft for game number 2 of DZG Olympus versus XFlow Pink, the Classic Championship Series, week number 2. A real barn burner of game 1. XFlow Pink with the scaling definitely coming out on top, and the Silas mid lane is something we are looking to see here, hopefully, for the side of Olympus ban.
Yeah.
There it is, third ban. And
ban.
as a reminder, if you were not here for game 1, the Aurelion Soul and Team Up bans are just throwaway bans. XFlow Pink loses their second and third every game that OP Kills plays tonight. And Olympus has first pick and is going to put priority on this Renata based on the hover. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of the Renata blind pick.
There's some certain champions that ultimate counters pretty hard. Oh, that's strong. Shalana.
Alright,
Oh.
we have some LPL enjoyers, I believe it is, who have been seeing the Shyvana top, and I am well aware that Power over Ethernet is also a fan of the Shyvana in the jungle. So this is definitely something that Olympus needs to be feared on, is the power with this Dragonborn? I don't know what Shyvana's nickname is. And Pink is taking the Talia R1 very early on.
Not too worried about it after the performance I've been seeing. Like, I beat it in lane. It doesn't do well in jungle. I just give Talia the benefit of the doubt because I like what it does, but it's just missing some power behind that punch.
I think it can do well, but one thing what I was more leaning towards was how early on it is, because a lot of the power of this Talia pick now is the stun on her E, and now Olympus, yeah, they can go Victor, they can go a lot of the champions that just don't have dashes, just don't draft dashes, and now this Talia is going to be a lot less effective in the majority of team comps. So all you really have is Shyvana, and I believe she's unstoppable in her ult, so that's even not a factor.
And after Wukong, great pickup by XFlow Pink. I saw a great performance. We saw game 1, it did well. And there's that Renata.
Renata locked in. I'm more of a fan of it here because it's likely going to get banned in the second rotation. And it is a strong champion, and you see kind of some of the things. You can counter the Wukong engage with her ultimate. So I'm more of a fan of it here than I was in the blue one. And Ezreal is a hover. Likely going to be locked in here because it doesn't make sense playing a safe bot lane. Yeah, there we go. Locked in for Hammy here. At least I believe would be Hammy.
Yeah.
So pretty safe, a much safer lane. And now going to the second round of bans, we have a presumably
Oh,
mirror
the Trundle.
draft.
The man did
Trundle getting respect. So
Respect.
Aqua Tofu, it did draw that ban.
It's a split push. It was too strong. I noticed it. It was too oppressive, but it was just, you know, not in time. Just behind.
But now if you're thinking, is this leaning to XFlow Pink saying, we're just going to draft Ornn R4 if it doesn't get banned? Because Trundle's one of the biggest counters of Ornn, or Sejuani. Akali taken off the table against XFlow Pink. I believe I did see that in the OPA.GG. So that's still a threat. But now
Mid
XFlow
lane,
Pink,
it's coming. Unless it's to leave support.
I don't think it's Talia support. She's not really designed for that now. She kind of wants to get at least 2-3 items, and you don't really get that on a support budget. And Ahri's banned away, so they really are thinking this Talia is not going into the mid lane. So now XFlow Pink can just kind of override those bans, just send the Talia mid. You draft your presumably. I mean, honestly, you could draft support here. Yeah, you draft okay. Yeah, you could draft Zillion here, and now you're leaving Olympus kind of dumbfounded.
Oh, the Malphite pickup.
All right, so we have a very hard engage comp for the side of Olympus.
The folk down, Jin.
All right, I'll hold off my thoughts until we see this R5 pick. Counter pick, likely going top lane unless there's some weird lane swapping shenanigans on the side of XFlow Pink. And we will see. I'm not entirely sure what I'm hoping to see here, but definitely a strong side top lane who wants attention, wants to bully this Malphite.
Silas, pick it up, counter him.
It's Nasus
scaling.
Definitely scaling.
See a theme here.
Definitely a solid theme. And now that we see draft, I'm more willing to like give my opinions. Olympus, I much prefer this draft than game 1. It's a much easier to execute comp. It's buy space and hard engage on the back line. Just who can kill the enemy's back line first. And on XFlow Pink, it's a very safe bot lane. You just want to sit, scale. Top lane, sit, scale. Mid lane, you want to push and roam and help out your scalers. And both teams have very clear win con. The question is which team can play to it better and punish the opponents.
I like the XFlow Pink has a formula, if you notice. They got the Wukong. They poke bot lane, you know, poke harass sort of thing. They have a revival spell or ultimate or passive like Zac, and this one time in Zillion's ultimate. And then they got a scaler, Nasus this time. It was Cinna last game. And then the rest is like CC combo for teamfight with knockups, and it's not as strong, but it's got a lot of AoE knockup, you know, double bomb knockup in the Wukong ultimate. So yeah, they're on a big field down. And then you know, Nasus big puddle sort of thing coming up light.
Yeah, I would play some devil's. I'm gonna play some devil's advocate here. This is kind of what you wanted to see if you're a fan of Olympus. Is they don't just redraft a same comp as game 1 that clearly did not work out. Is they're trying something new to match this formula that you're saying of XFlow Pink. Is they're trying a different answer for it and seeing if this can work. Because it'd feel a lot worse if they just ran back a similar draft to game 1 and just lost the same way.
Counterpoint to your counterpoint. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's why XFlow Pink's running it back.
I mean, after game 1, clearly it was broke on Olympus. So something had to get... Okay, so you at home on the stream are still seeing the draft roll, but as we are seeing people lock in their champions, it is actually OP kills locking in the Talia, which implies it's going to be a Talia top lane and a Nasus mid. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but it could also be entirely baited and they'll switch it out before 20 seconds, which I believe is the same rule here in the CCS.
But here, think about it. Trackhouse the carry. Can Talia carry like it did last game? Can it carry at all? I don't know. Early game maybe. It's gonna give he's in a lot of help with a lot of ganks, but Nasus guaranteed to carry. Get them stacks. It's guaranteed. Just gotta get there.
That you do have to get there, but I would argue you're also helping the Victor out if you send this Nasus into the mid lane. And
I mean, we got the same with the Trundle and Zach, so I'm gonna hold my bets on that one.
hey, listen, hey, I'm here to give my opinions. You're gonna listen to my opinion.
There it is.
But there's another chance that Trash Cross is on the Nasus, OP Kill Switch is on the Talia, and it's still Nasus top, Talia mid. As we said earlier, OP Kills is not a top lane main, it's actually a mid lane main, E-subbing in for XFlow Pink. So OP Kills is not going to be out of his comfort zone. And as people are locking in their runes, summoner spells, and everything, Ionic, any final thoughts on this draft before I throw it over to break?
Do you think Talia can bend the rocks out of Malphite, automatically killing Malphite because Malphite's composed of rocks? I know it's a deep thought.
For the sake of all Malphite mains, no. For the sake of how cool it would be and lore-wise, I hope so.
Yeah.
But it would be very unbalanced, and Talia would be pick ban in every single Malphite lane. Anyways, we will be throwing it over to a quick spectator delay. While you're at home, I know we've already plugged a couple sponsors, but if you're interested in any merch as well, we do have that. !shop is going to be in chat, and you can check it out. We have jerseys, hoodies, flags, tank tops, and t-shirts, all to your heart's desire. Feel free to check it out, and if you see anything you like, feel free to buy it and help us support what we do around here. And with that, we will be going to a spectator delay, and see you on the other side for game number 2.
Wherever we go, we'll always know. From the highest mountain to the bottom of the ocean, yeah. Our song is running like a river. Let the current take us there. We've got the melody to set us free, singing destiny. We've got the melody to set us free, singing destiny.
And we are back. Game number 2. And it looks like very quickly what I said earlier is going to happen. The Talia OP kill switch on the Talia is going mid, and Trice Cross going top lane with this Nasus. And a cheeky
Yay.
invade. Not much going to come out of it.
But gold for
Plus
Hammy.
20.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Dropping
Easy
bombs
win. That is almost half a health potion. Emphasis on almost.
Where are these first strike runes, and why are they hitting? Oh, more 20. Go, Hammy. Go.
All right, now he's 10 gold away from a health potion. And besides just some poke fun at the early stage, not much happening. Looks like Power Ethernet's gonna be pathing top to bot. Oh no, we're getting pings bot to top towards with Nasus, and Polish Pharaoh is going to be doing the opposite, top to bot, to punish this General Nada lane very heavily. And Zillion Ezreal taking a very aggressive positioning level 1 to try and gain the early advantage, I believe. So, should be interesting to see if Olympus sniffs this out or if they get caught with their pants down a little bit.
Oh, great bomb and more gold. First strike. Ching. This bot lane is getting gold like wildfire.
Yeah, this one's going to be printing money for the longest time until Olympus is able to establish their own foothold. Eclipse trying to get some of his own stacks back. And I'm kind of expecting a semi-quiet early game, kind of like game 1.
I don't know about that.
I'm saying it, 1, because I believe it, and 2, because I'm hoping I can caster curse it.
Well, Gin and Tonic's cursing you right now with that double bomb that came flying out of his face.
It happened last game where they got poked out a lot and nothing else happened. All I'm saying.
We'll see. We'll see.
But Hammy does need to be careful here, because if he isn't placing his bombs correctly, at least Olympus can use it to punish XFlow Pink by keeping this wave under tower and just running into the wave with the bombs, sacrificing the positioning. And now Polish Pharaoh doesn't have a chance to gank, is gonna go back to his top side, clear his Raptors, and I don't know if he's gonna contest this Scuttle or just go straight to his Krugs. We saw him do a full clear last game, I believe. And 200 gold lead. Or sorry, 100 gold lead. I'm just gonna stop counting. Slight gold lead to the side of XFlow Pink.
An invade by LP kill switch there, right on top of Monster Penguin, but looks like it will stop and keep Power over Ethernet blue buff up and around.
Yeah, the Scuttle does go over to Polish Pharaoh, as Power over Ethernet did stop to also take his Gromp. So he was just a tad slower on that, is opting for the reset. Likely it's going to be trying to power clear to level 6.
Yeah, the Dragon
And,
Form Fireball.
Definitely.
Oh my gosh, Gin and Tonic gets marked. Combo, slow. Not enough.
Not enough. Also, no Summoner's Burnt, so assuming if the wave's not in a terrible position, you're not too upset.
Oh, there's a bomb. Gin and Tonic's almost dead.
Yeah, but the wave's not in a terrible position, still no Summoners, and assuming Eclipse stays to punish the positioning of trying to push
Hammy's playing with fire.
Hammy, you're playing, yeah, you're really playing it close, and Power Ethernet is on this side of the map. Don't know if he knows that this bottom Scuttle is also available, but he will get spotted if he goes for a gank through the Tribush. Now,
I don't think they're gonna
trying to find stuff to talk about. This bot lane from XFlow has 0 mana.
Huge
And
wave.
as a gank,
Shyvana, oh, coming around. Fire Cross is safe up top. There it is, right on top of the Hammy. Combo Fireball, and the first blood is drawn.
so
Oh my gosh, Tricross is about to die to Awkward Tofu. Oh! Under tower, no less!
slow. Not even a trade kill, so 2 kills going over to Olympus. And OP Kill Switch roaming up top. Tofu needs to pay respect to this roam.
I'm telling you, Talia can disassemble.
He's gonna die. There's no way he gets out of this.
Talia disassembles him right here. We're about to watch a horror movie. It's like a dissected a frog sort of thing. Watch out! Get out of there, awkward Taku! No!
Okay. Bright side, Olympus got first dragon on a Shyvana. Bonus stats, bonus value for it. Once again, we didn't really cover this, but XFlow Pink is running, again, the triple TP, running heal on their support and TP on their ADC, which I feel like you're seeing more teams do, but it's not quite common practice as of yet.
Oh, great snare root, pull into it. Alipaka has taken the crit combo, fourth shot. Gin and Tonic laying down the heat with this pick.
And now Alipaka is in a really dangerous position because you have flash, but you don't have heal.
Yeah,
and
exhaust either, yeah.
Okay, hold on. We have a roam from OP Kill Switch. What we didn't see.
Do we though? There's the combo knock up. Jin, get the damage. Tonic, flash out. Hammy gets the slow, no bomb follow up, but here comes the root. Hammy's gonna be a sacrifice to the Victor combo. Hammy's low, one more ultimate laser flash out. Q combo. That was the Chaos Storm. Did not quite connect with movement.
With this pack assignment I just have spent, we have heal flash on Jin, flash ghost on Victor, flash on both Ezreal and Zillion.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot spent for a single kill to go over.
And you know, adds up.
I mean, ultimately, Olympus comes out on top, is able to get the extra 300 gold onto their Victor, so they have even more insurance on their scalers. And it's just very funny seeing the side of XFlow Pink have 3 Sheens. That just looks very funny, and if you squint, the Frostfang on the Zillion looks kind of like a Sheen.
You know, Talia should build a Sheen, so all the teleport users have Sheens. And a nice Sheen to it. Aren't they nerfing teleport again?
I believe they removed that. They removed that nerf because of the negative backlash. If I'm sure XFlow Pink had a strongly worded letter to Riot if they did go through with that nerf, based on these past 2 games. So
and it looks like
Alipaka,
level 6, yeah.
Yeah, Alipaka gonna get a quick level 6 thanks to Zillion passive. You typically want to save those for the big spikes, primarily mainly ultimate, barring a few champion exceptions.
Here comes power over Ethernet. Oh, where's the Fireball ultimate? It's coming.
It's coming. It also makes sense you don't want to use it needlessly there, because at level 6 and rank 1 in the ultimate, it does build really slowly. So if you misuse your first one, it's going to really hurt when you try and get it up again.
I think it just needs, some CC to make it work.
Yeah. So little skirmish going on top lane. This Malphite doing a lot better than I would have predicted in this matchup, which is a running theme for this match apparently, and my guesses on how top lane's gonna go.
Yeah. Looks like they will slow bomb. No, Ezra ultimate.
Ezra ultimate's down. Talia, Wukong invading the top side while Shyvana is invading the bot side. So not much difference here. If Polyphara goes for the Wolves, it's an equal trade, if not slightly favored to Olympus.
I'd say it's slightly favored. It looks like he's just gonna go pick up Krug.
Yeah, it is slightly favored. But so one thing I'm gonna mention, assuming Jin and Tonic loops here.
Yeah.
Is there's a lot of vision control on the side of XFlow Pink. You have a control ward in both pixel bushes, a control ward at Olympus's blue entrance. The bot river is dominated by XFlow Pink's regular wards. Clips are playing very aggressive, given the health differences.
Waiting for that ulti combo under tower. One tower shot, yeah. If Shyvana shows up though, this bot lane's in the world of hurt.
It's very rough, but I believe XFlow saw the Shyvana going towards top side, so they're not too concerned about anything. And yeah, as we see there, NASA's at only 144, or not only, is at 144 stacks. So it is something to be concerned about.
Fine.
That's a
Nope,
lot
not fine.
of damage.
Knock up combo. Wukong's on top. Here it comes. Rip. And the Chaos Storm does not save our mobster.
So there's a lot of damage initially to the for the side of Olympus, and then Mobster Penguin just got bursted and is going to lose a lot. And this may be the mid tower falling because of the Herald and the roam from Hammy. And if this mid tower falls, it's going to be a huge thing.
Ghost popped. Aqua Tofu's running for the life. Flash burn. Tower dive. Q. The ultimate knockup dies immediately. Tower cross. Oh, rest in peace. No trade.
So close to a viable trade, but that is the full mid tower killed. They did split the gold amongst 3 people.
Ooh, interesting.
Oh, that's an amazing pull.
That's a death
oh
roll.
my gosh, that feels terrible.
Oh, beautiful. Yes, killed each other. Oh, and they waited
And
for the Zillion ulti. Oh, Genotonic about to light him up. Speed boost going fast. Shimano on the side. He hits the root combo and hits the clone. Fireball not connected.
Very well played gank for the side, or response to the gank for the side of Olympus. And they're gonna try to protect this ward, not gonna be able to. And it's gonna replace it and re-protect it. The
It's a
classic
circle.
support.
Oh, the root combo,
Okay!
critical shot, bam! Bam, he's out of there! And it looks like the jungler is down too. Flush Pharaoh needs one more. Oh, no, ultimate! To the right, to the right! Does not connect, Victor does come over here.
50-50.
It's not quite over yet. I think he has ultimate, does he? Yeah, he's got Chaos Storm. He could take 2 of these people out. This is Mobster's Penguin time to shine. This is his highlight reel. There's the laser Q, combo Chaos Storm. One more target. Lock it on. Jin, cut off. Flush Pharaoh. No, root. And there it is!
Yes!
And the Hex Gates are now open to the DZG.
Double kill.
Double kill.
Really good start for Olympus. Gonna try and recenter myself and help us make sure we look at this from an even state up for the side of XFlow Pink, because this is not the start you wanted when you are such a late game comp. Is you're giving over kills to the scalers on the side of Olympus. Hold on.
Yep. Tricross about to get another kill. Awkward Tofu almost dead here. Slia in position to dismantle this rock yet again. Rock bender.
You're loving that pun.
There's an Ezreal ult on top of it, and it may not. Yep. Fine. Oh, Tricross out of mana! Combo, knockup! Critical fist, one more auto, and it's not gonna be enough. Wow! Awkward Tofu turns it down, and Tricross is tried out of there.
Just really well played and great awareness of the mana pool for Tricross, or of Tricross, and Aqua Tofu's able to punish it. So, if you're the side of XFlow Pink, you need to just take a breath, and you need to pick one point that you're fighting.
Oh, wow, Hammy by Eclipse, set off ultimate miss. But Root hits on Ezreal, ultimate on Hammy. Zillion will keep alive, but the grenade hits Root. There, auto, boom. Genotonic takes it, gets a Root on Alpaca, and there's the critical grenade ricochet shot. Looks like Victor's over the edge, and it's not going to be enough. The cage just hit Chaos Storm, and down goes Alpaca. Another kill, but Mobster Penguin takes it to the tower. As Jin fires down, lighting up the Wukong, hitting the clone. Wow.
And now Talia's down here, and it looks like it's gonna fizzle out.
Yep.
But as I was saying, before all of that happened, if you decide at XFlow, you probably want to just take a breather and think, alright, we need to pick one part of this game to focus our attention on in another fight.
Shycross gets engaged on by power over Ethan. Awkward Tofu is right on top of it. Hammy comes to speed boost. It's not going to be a fireball point blank. That's one more hit and he's dead. Ezreal is coming in to save the day. Tears him off. Looks like Zach's continuing. Yep. Just back off.
Hopefully I can finish my thought. But real quick, XFlow Pink needing to just pick a point to fight, and I'm gonna stop talking.
Malphite ultimate is up. One of them's about to die. Someone's about to die here. As Nasus gets hit, a combo with the ultimate, and it's enough just to take it down, but Power of Resonance gets bombed, combo with Leah. Where's the follow-up? Hexate over the wall, past the Herald, Fisher comes in with a cage, it's not gonna be enough to save it from OP Kill Switch, who pulls the switch, and down goes Power of Resonance. And looks like
So
Herald
that feels good for the side of XFlow Pink, but you're also not too terribly upset if you're the side of Olympus, because you get bot lane tower, you zone off the Ezreal, and your fed Jhin is getting even more fed.
Yeah.
But now both teams are looking at that play thinking, we came out alright. Which typically means that it went about even. And now you need to just sit and realize. I just noticed one thing of the Nasus and Wukong, who are ideally in this game going to be on the back line of Olympus, are the only people in this game that have % health damage to deal with this Malphite and this Shyvana.
Yep. Oh, nice. Oh, nice tower. Big kill switch. Forward. Ultimate's up. Oh my god, the cooldown on that is getting a little scary. Looks like Talia can't dismantle this guy because Ezreal ultimate and Wukong engaging. Woo! Oh, what a great play.
By OP Killswitch buying enough time for his team to back him up. And Moss Penguin's in danger now.
No, I'm just gonna walk it out. Walk it on out.
Don't know if that's walking it out.
Just walk it off. Oh, that would have been a nice hammy kill right there. Long distance route.
Side of Olympus, if you're thinking positives, they're about to get their third dragon, a Hextech dragon, even though I know the icon on the top left says mountain. It's a visual bug. Riot Games, small indie company, whatever excuse you want to give them.
200 years.
200 years of collective programming experience.
Totally balanced. As Malphite sets up for an ultimate, this is about to be a wombo combo in alleyways. Malphite ultimate root combo, and they're not letting the jungle near this. Nasus goes straight into the Eclipse. Dragon taken. Malphite just deep in the back line. Ultimate Renata. Awkward Tofu just running for his life. Pulled and picked and plucked down by ally Paka. Power of Ethernet fireballs to safety. And
you need to help Mobs of Penguin out of here. He has no way out.
No, there's no ultimate. He's trapped. The Jhin ultimate wasn't angled right. Fireball. They're so low, but there's not enough damage there. Ooh, Eclipse almost getting taken out by ally Paka. It's all about Jhin and Tag here. I think he's trying to 1v5. I don't know.
Blood in his eyes. There's a Herald pushing down the top lane. Hasn't gotten a charge off yet, but is likely going to get a charge off onto this top tower. Top tier 2. So,
like, you know, Flow's pink, Pink Flow is just gone, you know, kind of set into the chaos here and try to get kills and just go for the skirmishes.
Well, and they have been playing into the chaos well of doing the cross map plays and being aware of where Olympus is going to want to put their resources. And you're seeing this a lot where Olympus is going to push a lead somewhere and XFlow is there to respond, and this has led to a 4K gold lead in what would appear to be an even state, just because of pure
dragons
shutdowns
and the
shutdowns and the towers falling, because there are 4 towers taken for the side of XFlow Pink compared to the 1 taken on the side of Olympus.
Yeah, and it's just gonna get worse.
A harder time taking.
It's gonna get worse because I mean, Sax Tricross is scaling away. Tick tock, tick tock.
But as the ever optimist I am, bright side, Olympus, you have Hextech Soul. You can give up 3 dragons if you want, or you can say, hey, XFlow, you don't get a scale anymore. You have to fight us right here, right now, in 3 minutes.
Yeah, the souls are really good out, honestly. It's a really good angle
really
here.
Good at just forcing teams to have to respond to you before they're ready. And I'm sure if you're on the side of XFlow, you would want to sit and let Nasus keep catching waves and let certain members, okay, almost stolen, but we're fine.
It's starting to boil down to shutting down the mid laner again too, because that's the same Silas, right? No, it's not. It's Switch, so it's the mid laner's fed again. They shut it down. There's a bounty right there, 400 gold. Take it out. You can get Tully out pretty easily.
Yeah.
With all the range.
You definitely can But the question is, will Olympus be able to get the setup quick enough before XFlow is able to respond to it? Because the past 8 to 10 minutes, it's felt like every play that Olympus has gone for, XFlow has already been there to respond to it. And
yeah, and Malphite's doing some good ultimates too. Just needs to get them clumped up. I think it's all down to Clip's positioning, or you know, Shyvana ultimate trying to funnel them. Oh, speaking of funnel, there's a slow flash, boom, and out to safety. Eclipse gets over the red.
Feels bad, but if you die there, you're giving up Baron. And XFlow may even try and challenge Olympus and say, hey, you just burned your flash, now you have to try and stop us. It looks like that's what they're, or at least threaten.
Yeah, there's vision on it, I think.
But real quick, this Nasus is becoming a problem. He is at 339 stack at 20 minutes, so already more than that. And this is going to be really hurt a lot of people. It's going to really hurt a lot of people on Olympus, because you have a lot of resistances on the side of Malphite, but it's mostly 8 HP for the Shyvana.
I know the answer. It's time to ARAM.
Classic in ARAM, and it looks like we're actually kind of getting it.
It's gotta happen. You got Malphite wombo combo, set him up and there, knock him down. Jin gets almost double bomb flash to safety. Their flash is burned. Malphite loves flashes burned. They're nearby. It's just a matter of
burned, them. But not on his own team.
And
Gin and Tonic, I'm not sure if you get back here, because you have 35 seconds, and here's giving up your entire team's positioning. So maybe the call is Olympus doesn't think they can contest it, or they want to go for some kind of miracle steal.
No, Hex Gates.
Oh yeah, I would take Hex Gates into account.
It's
so
the
they
Hex
still have a
Dragon's
chance to
soul.
contest.
It's gonna happen. They just gotta find the right angle. Looks like it's gonna be on Tricross, and they're gonna funnel it. There's the knockup ultimate root combo. Tricross is going to try out of there. There's the ultimate flow. Shirelius. There's ultimate and Jin. One more emit. And there it goes. Resurrection hit from the Zillion ultimate on the back line. Talia gets the rock combo. Oh, Focus was in the right position. Ronaldo's in the back line with the Shyvana fire combo. Takes out Alpaca. Takes out Tricross with the fire burn. No, gets the safety. Wukong to the back line. Big execute out of top. And down goes Shyvana. What is this? 4 for 4. Gnosis is out. You have to eject and recall. But the teleports.
1 for 1.
Oh, it's not over. The teleports.
Hammy's almost dead.
I don't think they can do
this dragon may kill him with the chain lightning.
They need to get near here.
There he is!
There's the root. He goes. Here comes Malphite. Here to save the day, but they need to get in the pit. There's no vision. Someone walk in there. It's no one. It's that's the gotta wait the dragon for soul. There goes Gnosis down. Awkward Tafu chases down. There's a shutdown right here. Easy peasy. Yep. That's a huge shutdown for.
Yeah, and
DZG.
you now have Shyvana up, and now you can consider rushing a Baron, reset, go through the Hex Gates, and
straight to it. She can make it. And it's, I mean,
you have 30 seconds, and we're keeping track of timers. You have 30 seconds for Talia TP. It's gonna be a very tight window. But it looks like Olympus is challenging the window.
Oh yeah, and there's the scuttle. Power over the Ethernet has power over this Baron right now. It's Polished Pharaoh forced to run with Alpaca. Now goes. Oh yeah, this is. They could do it. They could just do it. No, they're going for a catch.
It looks like they're trying to bait it.
Yeah, and no, they're gonna get a pick right here. Free kill right here. Malphite ultimate deletion on the bot lane. Down it goes. Double kill. Scooped up by Mobster Penguin. Mid has pressure push here. Gnosis will have to catch the minions here, get some stacks, and free Baron. This gets you the towers you need.
This definitely gets you caught up in the gold that you've been kind of lacking so far. And
will they fight for it?
There's still a chance of a steal.
No, they're gonna fight for it. They're going straight into Tricross. There's the CC. They need to keep focus on their Shyvana ultimate burn in the back line with the Gnosis hit with Renat ultimate. Will come to the back line ultimate knockout. Polished Pharaoh going deep on the cliffs and down. Goes to the critical hit, but Tricross picks up in the retaliation. No, still alive. The knockup's there with the root from Talia, and there's the burn laser. The Jin ultimate aimed to Nowheresville as OP Killswitch just walks out fireball dodge, but gets a critical hit on the backline. And looks like Victor is down for the count. And no Baron. Ooh.
No Baron. A 3 for 3, I believe. So a 3 for 3 Baron. Bait turn. And you can tell that the tension in this game is so thick that you can cut it with a knife of XFlow Pink wanting to finish this game out in 2 games, prove that week 1 was a fluke, and you can tell on the side of Olympus they want to say, we are not a team that's going to go 0-4. We are not a team that you can just count off every week, and even if they lose this game, I think you can definitely look at this and say, we see a pattern of how we need to play. Whether it's the meta or just their team specifically, because this is a lot more competitive of a game than game 1 was, and this is so much more enjoyable.
Gonna come down to Solar Baron. Gotta be. Big team fight.
Yeah, but if you're the side of Olympus, you'll take Hextech Soul with a Jin, Victor, Shyvana over Baron. As long as you feasibly can just clear waves for 3 minutes or so, I feel like you'll take that any day of the week.
Yeah, you can lead it right. You can roll and get into both of them. Roll it right into getting the Baron.
Yeah, and our lovely production checked on the stacks for this Nasus at 25 minutes. It's going to be 430 at 25, which is a kind of scary number for me, not for the side of Olympus, but for the side of XFlow, because this is not something that you want to see exponential growth in Nasus stack specifically. And anybody like Nasus or Vigar who have direct damage scaling, not necessarily Senna, but to an extent Senna, of the more stacked you get, the easier it is to get stacked. But it's actually stayed consistent, if not slightly slowed down. So that's alarming for me. Of Tricross on this Nasus isn't becoming the late game threat as quickly as he should be.
Looks like they're looking for a combo pick here. Rotating as a goon squad here. Mobbing up, looking to find someone out of position. Looks like it will be OP kill switch right there. There's the root. No, it does not connect. And down goes that bot tower. As Nasus keeps the split as they pressure mid here. Cage dropped. That's the empowered cage. And looks like they will get this mid tower. No? It's Lee Wave Flare. It's Soul right now. Nasus is recalling for the teleport play. All teleports are up.
All teleports are up. There is a single flank ward.
Oh,
but
and there
not
goes
gonna opt into that.
Control ward Eclipse almost taken out. And there's where Olympus
Cutting
come down.
for
And
it.
down
If he
he
sees
goes! We couldn't make it now. The fight has begun. There's not much here left. They just gotta run. There's the wall coming down. And it looks like the rock's been left behind. Jin's just gonna layer it. Ultimate over the wall. It's not gonna be used in the team fight. Shyvana backline, fireball. It's not gonna be no. Wukong's just running it down with Nasus. There's a laser monster. Penguin can't do much with the cage there. Gets picked, popped, and dropped as Wukong gets on top. Polish Pharaoh getting the Shyvana there. And looks like Jin and Tonic will get out with awkward toxic. And that's gonna be second.
That was just XFlow playing it very patiently, finding the pick, and able to get the kill onto Eclipse, which the Renata ult is a very key ultimate in this team comp, because they would buy so much space from the Nasus, from the Wukong, and when that's gone, there's not much scaring XFlow from just running at you until you either are too far away to be a problem or you're dead.
Yeah, it looks like they will try to make another pick on Eclipse here. There's the root, no follow-up. There's a teleport, and oh my gosh, Ezra ultimate almost taking Eclipse's life yet again. Might put over the wall. Nope, no ultimate. Forgot about it.
Like a second left on the cooldown.
Couldn't see it. He didn't have good vision of it. He's gonna hold it.
Knowing Tofu, I think if he knew where the Zillion was, there would definitely be a flash ult. But
couldn't be Baron there. Eclipse is too low.
Could have considered it, but Nasus is a split push threat. At least now, if after I was kind of giving him a hard time for the less than optimal scaling of his Q. And now, if you're the side of Olympus, you just need to think, we've been losing some of these fights. How do we stop from losing these fights? And if you're the side of that,
ARAM. It's ARAM. They haven't got a mid tower or a top outer tower. It's got to be group and just clump and get the tower.
yeah, And kind of elaborating more on that, while these teams kind of do a Baron dance, and feel free to interrupt me if I'm talking over a fight, but there's a lot of map control, and we're starting at Baron, and there's a blue ward in the back of pit, so Olympus knows this is going on.
Yeah, it's that pressure from the towers. It just keeps you denied from a lot of entryways and power into this Baron. There's the ultimate from Jin. Malphite, get in there! Oh, and there's the knockup. It's not going to be enough. There's a Jin ultimate on top. There's a firebomb. Down it goes the Wukong. That's one Baron down. Can they get the rest? Red ultimate on top of Gnosis. Auto tech on top of the power read. Picks up the Ezreal kill with the firebomb on top of it. And there goes Trackers. That's 3 members down on the pink flow. Will be enough to get the 4 and the 5th. There's the Hammy root combo. There's a Zillion ultimate. And looks like he'll flash over the wall to safety. And they will get the mid outer tower.
This is going to feel so nice if you're the side of Olympus. You did give up the Baron. Feels bad, but you're about to get 2 towers minimum, and this opens up the map so much more for you to run these plays.
Yep, and
okay,
they can still get Soul. Soul's on the table.
Soul's still on the table, and it's still not the end of the world if you don't get this one, because then it's just Soul point for both teams.
Easy.
It still feels bad for Olympus, but it's a possibility.
It'd be great if you didn't. You might want to hit the point. Oh, look at that top wave too.
That is a big top wave that XFlow is losing, but our production spectator actually checked the NASA stack at 30 minutes, and it jumped from 400 at 25 to 600 at 30.
Looks like someone was talking smack about
the exponential growth that I mentioned is definitely coming into play now. So I'm going to not talk as much trash, and we're gonna see how this plays out, because now you have Aqua Tofu pushing top. I believe he's gonna have I think he's gonna have TP by the time.
Oh no! Eclipse! Rest in peace. And down it goes, a free pick. No dragon up yet, but this could lead into a double pick. And they have Baron. There's the Chaos Storm. Ooh, force the flash. Rest in peace. Will the split push respond?
Bad. That's just Eclipse not respecting that they can just be in your jungle. And
oh, look at top.
He is gonna respawn before Dragon is a major concern. Tonic
needs to get out of there. Wukong will be able to kill him. This was gonna be his first shutdown. Poor guy. He's 6-0. Down it goes. That's a big shutdown.
This is a lot being given up by Olympus just for the top tier 1.
It's not worth it.
You're losing 2 people, a huge bounty.
2 inhibitors. 2 Barons.
Yeah, Olympus falling for the classic mistake of trying to outpush a Baron.
Yeah, well, you know, if they clump them up, get them together.
It is possible if you consider...
Oh, right there, if he could just see them.
If you consider the fact that XFlow has spent a lot of their key, or not a lot, but one of the key ultimates in the Wukong ult, it's definitely...
Come on, Eclipse. Oh, tragic. Walked right into the same bush 3 times, died over there. That's a death bush right there for Eclipse. I've seen the ward kill that all the time.
The coach is just gonna bring up Photoshop and just draw a big X on that bush for Eclipse. Just don't go there ever.
Well, it looks like we're getting the pivotal soul point game.
The 7th dragon of the game. Not possible for any more elemental dragons to spawn. So one team in 5 minutes is going to get soul. There's
Baron's
no way around it at this point.
Yeah, I think it's going to end a Baron, though. It's going to be Baron play. It's got to be. It's going to be an Eclipse pick into a Baron play at this rate. Hopefully Eclipse pulls it back together.
Yeah, this is the moment when you need the bot lane synergy for your ADC to just say, hey, Eclipse, you need to just take a second, sit at base, and regain yourself. Which has happened to me before. So I'm not necessarily flaming Eclipse. It's happened to me, but it's something that needs to happen.
And here we go again. There's the flash. Eclipse hits the Shirelles, runs for the hills. It's like Shyvana almost got a cut off there. Vision control is whack.
So here's one thing, and you don't necessarily know if who this falls on unless you're in comms.
No, it's just good vision control by Flow. They're just really
Well, I was gonna say
policing the
some of these
controllers.
picks have been they depending on how the comms have been going could not be Eclipse's fault.
Ooh, free tower by Tricross. Force the ultimate on Shyvana. One more hit. Chaos Storm not connecting. Jin ultimate safely purchased on the Tricross. Critical on Talia. Nope. Not enough. There's not much keeping this base together.
Last inhibitor alive, keeping you from getting 3-starred and the super minions flooding your base.
If they had Soul, though, it'd be a lot easier.
It would be a lot easier, but to try and finish my thought, as I was saying earlier, if Eclipse is calling for teammates to come with him to ward...
Oh, Malphite ultimate, root on top of the Ezreal, dashes past the knockup from Talia. They got Resurrection on the zone. There's the combo, and down goes Ally Faka with a critical hit. Renata ultimate wasted on the minions. And Nasus
That's a huge pick, but now the Nasus...
Jin and Tonic's not done with his OP kill switch, hits the redemption combo. Shyvana from the back line. Looks like Tricross gets rooted. And Mr. Penguin's gonna 1v1 him with a Zonia freeze frame. And down it goes. That's 4 members down? No, 3 members down.
3 members down with 10 seconds on Baron. If you properly assign who stays in base for these supers that are about to start coming in, this is a very feasible Baron rush for the side of Olympus. But it's gonna be hard to push into a Zillion at this point in the game.
Gotta be Victor Jin. Gotta be.
Honestly, you may not even need the Jin if the Victor falls back and clears the clears near the Nexus towers, but it's gonna be actually Malphite sat back with TP.
Rush Baron now? Brilliant. I love it.
You need to rush it now because the Edgewolves respawned and you have 6 seconds on Talia with TP.
There's the Victor engage on it. There's the root. Misses on Hammy. A Oracle over the wall. Ezreal is there with the ultimate. Hits power of Ethan. And Wukong gets on top of critical combo knockup. And on top of it, there's no Dragon Form. And down it goes. There's no smite. The free table flick. And down it goes. No, wait. Shyvana got the Baron. What am I looking at? This table is all the way over. Hammy's down from the right. Gets rooted. Victor's left with Jin. And here comes Malphite coming down to Leah. Nasus is running for the base. There's 2 teleports that have been used. All of them down. Nasus is running straight at it. They will be able to wave clear here with the Baron. Victor and Jin, as I said, set to do it. Nasus is going to hit that stack on that tower. It's almost hit. Tricross down for the count.
Though.
Yeah, the critical damage. It's down it goes. The health bar is not big enough.
Okay, hold on. Now you have a Nasus spawning with 7 seconds left onto the Soul, who is your major threat, and you have no TPs.
Malphite ulti on top of it, turning the mountain on the rock user. The bender cannot bend this rock. It is mechanized. And on top of kill switch, there's the knockup. One more hit with the slow fist empowered flash burn. There's it. The rock slow slide. Just needs to hit it. Dash past it. There's the root from downtown. Gin and tonic puts it in the pocket.
All right. Oh my gosh. It is going to come down to in Soul Point. So in 30 seconds, whoever gets this is. Honestly, you may not even have to get it to win the game. You just need to win this fight.
Yeah, you can. Baron. Honestly, you got 3-4 members of Baron.
I don't even know. I don't even think Baron is a huge factor because whoever wins this, the death timers are so long, and Jin and Tonic's going to really hurt anybody who doesn't have anathemas on him, which could be Hammy and Tricross. And even then, he was really hurting Tricross.
Soul Point is on the table. Shyvana was able to get the last jungle buff out. And there goes! Wukong's forced the flash to safety. Soul secured. And Baron.
You missed it!
Oh, and down he goes! Polished Pharaoh's about to get polished right here in the boom, pop, pop! Double ultimate combo. Legendary.
I don't even know if we have enough time to unpack what has happened in this game. Because we are going to go into a state of the team's trying to push before Barons. The next Baron, the 3rd Baron of this game, is the deciding factor. And I don't even know who to give this to because Olympus has been pulling this rabbit out of the hat, able to win these fights in exceptional ways. This is a full build Jin, full build Victor, pretty much full build on all your carries. And on the side of...
Amy's about to get sniped comboed. There's the root miss-up dash, the rock knock-up, open kill switch, not pulling the right switch, and down it goes. Ultimate laid down, and Alpaca's death is... And sure, no, the ultimate from Zillion saves it, but Hammy almost takes it with the flash, get to safety. This looks like the air ham strap paying off right here. Right down the middle throat.
You've been calling for the ARM the entire time!
And here comes the ultimates to back it up with a fireball right on top of their base nexus. There's the Renata ultimate on top of Wukong's clone. There's Nasus getting tri-crossed out to the right with the root fireball and burn, and down it goes. Jin and Tonic picks it up, still legendary on the clock. Said one death is not enough. I need to live and get all the kills. It goes his ultimate, and it's the safety double kill on top of Jin and Tonic, and that's it! DZG has won this. That's the Nexus. That's an ace. That's the game. Oh, wait.
Right.
Barely survived.
Game 2 taken by DZG Olympus, forcing us into Game 3.
Called it.
Oh my gosh. What a game. So, we don't have too long because I'm sure the teams are already getting ready with the spectator delay. But
They're getting restless.
here's the thing. Momentum is going to be huge for this third game. And if you're on the side of XFlow, even after the really nice game 1 you had, this is going to feel terrible for you. You had this game in your grasp. You were up in gold for a long time in the mid game, and you weren't able to finish out. Gin and Tonic with a 30-0 KDA and 56,000 damage. The sheer amount of damage from Gin and Tonic is absurd. And if you're on the side of Olympus, this feels amazing. You were able to scale up, you were able to buy just enough time that you were able to start winning fights. So now I am really curious to see how XFlow Pink is going to be able to bounce back from such a devastating loss that was in your hands for the longest time. I'm not sure what to expect from Game 3. Ionic, do you have any clue what we can expect to see other than a Silas and a Jin ban?
Trundle ban. That's
Trundle?
pretty nasty. They might focus the Malphite. I mean, like, the cooldown was pretty low and pretty bothersome.
Yeah.
Like, it was, you know, it was pretty oof, you know? Pretty
Yeah,
oof.
well,
they're not gonna
DZG,
ban Renata. They're not gonna ban Renata. They gotta keep
most
that
likely
big
not.
ticket. Yeah.
But anyways, here at DZG, we're going to take a quick break, regather ourselves for Game 3. We look forward to seeing you on the other side for Game 3's draft, but if that game took out just as much energy for you as it took out of me, be sure to check out our sponsor, DZG. There is a link in chat, and if you use code DZGWIN at checkout, you can get 10% off any product in their store. And with that, we will see you on the other side.
the calm before the storm. Things aren't as they were before. You best start bracing. Did you think you could keep us out? Shut the gates, forget us now. The tides are changing. Can you hear the sound? Can't stop us now. We're not back in town, know what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Voices shake the ground, you feel it moving. We're the revolution. Can you hear the sound? Ground beneath your feet, with a whisper in the trees. Do you feel us watching? Hunger in our eyes, victories on our minds. It's our time to rise. Can you hear the sound? Can't stop us now. We're not back in town, know what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Voices shake the ground, you feel it moving. We're the revolution. Can you hear the sound? Back in town, know what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Voices shake the ground, you feel it moving. We're the revolution.
And we are back. Game 3, match point for both teams. XFlow Pink versus DZG Olympus. XFlow Pink going to lose their second and third bans in the first round, just like the previous two. We have Shyvana taking off the table from XFlow Pink, and the Silas already taken away. Now, if you were here at the end of last game, we've already kind of established just that it seems to be scaling wins most of the time. The Nasus was kind of a factor, but not as much of a factor as you would have hoped. And the Lilia and Seraphine taken away second from Olympus, and the Reliant Zone team are throwaway bans.
Oh my gosh, chat, thank you. I had no idea. It was Demonic Embrace that stole that Baron while Shyvana was dead. I was so confused. I know she had burn, but like, wow. And the Shyvana ban.
Wukong, first pick, meaning Jin is still up for Olympus.
You know, it's in the name, Gin and Tonic. He's actually very famous for that name. I even know him from back in the day.
If I remember correctly, I actually went around asking all of Olympus earlier this week what they had been doing to improve, and Jin and Tonic actually specifically told me he has been one tricking Jin to get to Diamond, and
Gotta
at the
own up
time
the
was on a
name, yep.
15-game win streak.
Yeah, it's gotta be. I mean, it was what? He only got one death that game.
He had one death. He had 30 kills participated in. Talia Trundle locked in. We both shared our opinions on Talia, especially this early on. And Vigar's response, more scaling and more stacking on the side of XFlow Pink.
Let's see, every sacker in the game. Let's see, we got Gnosis, we got Senna, we got Vigar. Who are we missing? Who are we missing? Kalista kind of stacks.
Scion with his health.
Or...
Jin's taken
no,
away.
Kale.
So Jin is taken away, picked here. I'm expecting the ADC lock in here, and you will let the top of jungle fall and the support fall to the second round. I'm expecting some more support focus bans, likely Renata taken off the board.
Ooh,
Twitch.
yeah, Twitch, baby, Twitch.
I mean, we should see a Yuumi ban here, just because it is the stock standard combo. Just because it's the standard combo is all I'm saying.
I think there should be a Yuumi ban and a Lulu ban. That should really lock it in.
There's the Yuumi, as we figured. Now the question comes in, who do you pick if you're on the side of Olympus for R4? And I'm assuming you're going to pick support and try and hold this Trundle flex for top and jungle to R5. And Ornn locked in, which makes you think this is going to be a Trundle in the jungle, not Trundle sent up top, because typically Trundle's top
Pike
are fine flying into Ornn.
They need Pike. Calling it. DZG.
I'm gonna be I'd be willing to bet against that if I had any money. Malphite locked in, so they're waiting for the support counter matchup for Eclipse.
It's Pike. Hear me out. The roams. The power, the pressure, the stealth. You can't
it would definitely be a way. It would
Yeah.
definitely be a way to shut down this Vigar if they do go for it.
Exactly.
But the Trundle Flex got them to this point, and now they locked in the Malphite R4, showing their hand that this is Trundle in the jungle versus the Wukong, and now XFlow gets the pick of the top lane matchup and blind pick supports.
I'm calling it. I mean, I don't know how good the support is in that category, because it's like, it's a different kind of role. You're playing
Pike is not really that good. Zillion was
or Matt. Wait, it's
good.
the formula. It's the formula. They don't change the formula.
So I will say Zillion wasn't bad in last game, but it honestly wasn't a huge game changer at the end.
Ooh.
I actually do like this, because there's only one person on this team you don't want to hook. Typically, there you go. Okay. Typically, my rule of thumb for Blitzcrank lock-ins is if there are more than 2 people on the enemy team you don't want to hook, you don't pick him. Because it's so much harder to weave hooks around all those people. But the only person you want to avoid is Wukong. Gangplank is going to have a hard time reacting to cleansing with his oranges. Zillion squishy, Jin squishy, Vigar squishy, thus he goes on. So this is actually really nice, and it can honestly really accelerate this Twitch if they get a couple good hooks early on.
Yeah.
Now the question is, can they get these good hooks early on? Or are they going to wait until 30-35 minutes and go for that one hook that changes the entire story of the game?
I don't see that. No way.
Well, that typically, whenever you pick Blitz, that's typically not what you're going for, but you kind of accidentally get put in that position. And as we are going into the pick ban in client, we can focus our attention elsewhere, because there are 2 other lanes and a jungle to focus on. So we'll go to the mid lane. Talia versus Vigar. You're the mid lane main here, even though you're a Heimerdinger main. Do you have any insight on this matchup that you think could go either way?
Vigar's gonna sit back, play it safe scale. I don't like this. It will eventually just delete. It's used to. I think it still does the ultimate if you got build AP, it just criticals you. So Talia would be sitting duck. Malphite builds AP, there's in the water, but Blitzcrank, hook, silence, you're done. With Malphite ults in on top, you're done. It's just a point and click, and you're out of the game pretty much. And Talia can just kind of it back. It's gonna come down to Talia roams. That'll beat Viger. Viger's just gonna sit back, safely farm. It's gonna be a farming lane for him. Talia just needs to roam and help get Twitch ahead, or Trundle or Malphite, someone else ahead, and it'll be a win for DZG in the mid lane.
So, going up to the jungle matchup, Trundle versus Wukong. I could be mistaken, and if Trajan's watching, my former coach would be very upset, but I think Trundle wins this matchup.
No, we thought that about Zach. I can't see it. I want to give it to the Trundle, I really do, but after what I saw him lose to Zach, kinda, and just break even and nothing happened, I can't put faith in that right now.
Then let's go top. We got Gangplank versus Malphite. I mean, at least I think that's just kind of a Malphite doesn't die, Gangplank doesn't die. You're just sitting there until 20 minutes.
What noodle fight? Yes. What?
Right.
Just spins the ulti too. And
so let's load again. We're seeing the same thing from game 2 as game 2. Bryce Cross is playing the top lane champion. OP Killswitch is playing the mid lane champion. Likely going to be a lane swap, but the chance they do it with Vigar in the top lane. And any final thoughts before we throw to the spectator delay for the final time tonight, where one of these teams is going to come out victorious after this game?
Comp-wise, I like DZG and what they're bringing to the table. AoE combo, Twitch, poison, and like you took Jin and Tonic. You don't do that. He's gonna punish you hard for that. He's not a happy camper right now. It's gonna be scary. So, but XFlow thinks trying to scale it up. They're sticking to their formula too hard. It's gonna get corroded. So
yeah. So we will see. Everybody, please sit back for the final spectator delay of the night. Feel free to check out our merch if you haven't already. It will be in chat. But we will let you catch your breath, get some popcorn, get something to drink, and get ready for game number 3 of this amazing fight. And welcome back, game number 3, Flow Pink versus DZG Olympus, and we have a cheeky little level 1 with half of Olympus showing a 5-point and the other 3 members all top lane and about to run out this gangplank. I will let Ionic run this call.
The golden rule of Blitzcrank is to hook when you start the game. If you do not get the hook, you get the late invade and you steal it. And, you know, even if it doesn't work out, you know, you just get bombed to the face, and Nintendo takes a lot of gold, root combo, taking his own ADC and slapping him in the face with it. Ah, Nintendo's got to recall there. The invade is negated.
It hurts, but you're not... It sucks, but it happens. Luckily, he actually does stop the ward, which is an important thing to note. He does stop the ward from going onto the blue, so this ward isn't going to really spot much. And that's 3 wards spent on the side of XFlow already, with 1 going near Raptors and 1 going near the river.
Well, you know, there's gold to be had here up in this blue buff.
But there's gold, but more importantly, the experience there, because now Tricross is going to get level 2 a minion faster than Aqua Tofu, which can lead to some shenanigans. We'll see.
There's a lot of good hook opportunities down here in the spot lane.
There is, but I think we're not going to see it till level 2. At least.
Yeah, you gotta have the knockup combo.
Not even that. I'm expecting the W second from Eclipse to get in position easier. Is my expectation, but I can always be wrong. So both lanes pushing for level 2. XFlow actually is going to get it, and slight lead over to the side of XFlow, but it's kind of not a non-factor.
Tricross got level 2 before Awkward Tofu.
Man, if only one of us were able to call that and explain why. I don't know who would have done it.
I don't know. That ward must have been worth tons of XP.
Anyways, coming up here top.
Oh, as the gank gets on top of it, power over Ethernet, hits it with a slow of flash combo, chomp, one more hit with a fist slap, and there it goes. It's actually the Club that gets it. Billy Club.
You know, that's an interesting thing to take note of the Trundle ganks is you can cleanse a lot of stuff with Gangplank Oranges. The one thing you can't cleanse is terrain. You know what Trundle Pillar does? Spawns terrain in front of you.
Yep.
So Gangplank's still gonna have to pay a lot of respect that he can't just cleanse the 1 CC in the lane and he'll be fine from any ganks.
Yep.
So
it's also good against
actually, I think we're having a repeat. Loops around.
No,
not
looks
much.
like,
Looks like
yeah, it's gonna be. He lost bot scuttle. Looks like.
But got top scuttle.
Oh,
so
is he
that's
gonna
kind
camp? Awkward Tofu? Oh my gosh! What is happening up here? This is amazing.
Hold on! Eclipse is roaming at level 3. Now the epic spy music is playing in their heads as they're planning this out.
A vertical jungle's going on. There's a ward over there, and Wukong is still in the wolf, and look, there's still in Gromp here. I don't know what he's gonna do with those minions in the way though. That's like such a needle thread.
It is really rough lane setup. Eclipse making the smart choice of just insta backing once he gets there, and Tricross, whether or not he knows it, is going to be a focal point in this game already. As Polish takes the bot side of Power Over Ethernet's camps. And Power Over Ethernet is playing this a lot more aggressively.
OP kill switch gets knocked up, pillar combo, there's the cage, flashes over his own cage to get to safety. OP kill switch to safe.
Alright, so, real quick, there was just an interaction right there that I did not know existed, but the Trundle Pillar knocking up Vigar actually counted as a dash for Talia's E-stun. So forcing the Vigar to flash rather than to just try and walk further out with his cage. So that is a really interesting matchup, that detail that I'm gonna hope Olympus looks to punish. This is
Very
a
fine
huge
tuned.
wave for Gin and Tonic.
It seems more like a huge wave for the tower, but we'll see. Oh, doesn't Twitch build rune arms?
He can build Runelands, but he may also be going for the Noon Quiver first.
Oh yeah,
Going for,
the dash.
I would assume, Kraken with the Lethal Tempo. Because typically with Twitch builds, if you go Lethal Tempo, you're going AD. If you go Halo Blaze, you're going AP. And right then, we just saw Hammy use the Zillion passive to get Alipaka to level 5, which is interesting because, as we said last game, you typically use those for big spikes like the level 6s, 11s, and so on.
The pressure right here. Eclipse cannot find any purchase on any CC right there. He's just sitting down.
So, one thing that Eclipse may have to do, and you can with this rune choice is going to be easier to do, is you may just have to run at him and knock him up with Glacial before you even try and throw your hook. Because one, it's much more guaranteed, even though it's riskier. But your Glacial is kind of designed for that because Glacial interacts weirdly with his hook.
Oh, speed boost. No, okay. Eclipse is really baiting me with these hooks. It's not turn. We're waiting all game for it.
Meanwhile, waiting all game, and I don't know when we're gonna see one, because I don't think we've actually seen one get thrown out unless we missed it.
No, not a single one.
So, kind of an uninteractive lane phase besides the first gank up top and the possible camping shenanigans. This is a really bad spot for Olympus. But you have Power V that coming into lane. He's going to get spotted dissuading the gank with throughout the counter. And now Olympus can play more aggressively knowing they have the backup. Whether or not they know Wukong's there. And you're about to have Talia face check this Wukong.
Right on top of it and right into it with a ground pound. Nope, knockup does not go down. There's the hook on top of the ADC! There's the knockup, and it's not gonna be enough force to flash from Eclipse. And there's the bullet rain combo. And whoa! Double knockup combo with Wukong, and Alpaca is laying down the hurt with a critical shot missing on the Monster Penguin as well as the final snare. It's the safety. Monster Penguin on the run. Power of Ethernet.
Over chase here.
That's just Hammy here. There's the exhaust flash chomp combo. Not enough, and Wukong gets another. No, Alpaca gets it. Wow.
All right. Well, not the way that DZG wanted that to work out, but really well played on the side of XFlow. They were patient. They had the Gangplank ult on standby. The second that Jin got hooked, it felt like there was immediate fire right on top of all of the members of DZG, and they weren't able to just stand there and wail onto the Jin. And now you're thinking, is this blitz going to amount to anything, or is it going to be the situation that I mentioned of 35 minutes, he has to hope for a miracle hook?
Maybe. It's just, you know, he used flash in response, heal was burned. It was no Twitch ultimate, you know? No stacks of poison to guarantee that Alpaca kill. They didn't wait, they just need to wait till 6 on Twitch. I mean, and you got the Malphite ultimate as well for big fights. That's gonna, it's gonna add up when a group.
Yeah, so now we have Twitch ultimate on standby, and we have all ultimates on the board. And I really want to see Eclipse get out of this lane now that we see Zillion's level 6, because if Zillion's anywhere near, blitz hooks are kind of a non-factor. So now the question is, does Olympus recognize that, and is just going to send Eclipse at level 6 just roaming for an eternity?
Awkward Tofu, a little trouble in the lane, in the tower, just farming it up. We're gonna get a free hero. No, actually, Monster Penguin scares him off it. Ooh, but it does get double bomb for gold. And Viper Cage. Boxed it out, nice. Way to play to the cage.
As ironic as it is.
Barreling down. Oh wait, Twitch ultimate on top of the Alpaca. There's the exhaust, connects. Is it gonna be enough poison? One more hit. No, not enough. Hello.
Gets him out of the lane in the one. Gets him chunked in the 1v1.
Oh, there's Blitz trying to answer the Viger. Dodges a bit of the cage. There's Wukong engage. Double bomb. Slow, and Eclipse will just walk it off.
Yeah, Eclipse is feeling what every Blitzcrank feels if you don't get a good hook off like 7 minutes. You're feeling like you need to make this pick do something, and you're just trying desperately to grasp at straws to get anything out of this match.
Carolina fights Tricross for the Herald. 1v1. Here comes the rest of the squad, though. Hits the ultimate, draining Tricross's health. Looks like XFlow Pink will get this Herald, maybe. Malphite's there. Ultimate's up. They're clumped. But no follow-up. Looks like they'll just get conceded.
Yeah. DZG just kind of conceded, but maybe a tad late on the call, because now Eclipse is initially started heading towards the top side, is now headed back towards Bot River. And at the moment, we're seeing what I was hoping for of Eclipse just perma-roaming and only coming bot to make sure Twitch is not going to die to a 5-man gank.
Yeah, but I mean, Zillion's doing the same with the speed boost, getting ahead. They both have good movement, but I think Zillion's at the edge on speed.
So, here's what my counterpoint would be, is if Blitz is able to force Zillion to do this, it's going to be a lot less helpful for...
Oh, Blitz hook point blank. There's the poison. Oh, and there's the ultimate. Where's the snare? Wukong on the back line, ultimate, and docked up. Looks like Eclipse is about to get bombed. Jin and Tonic gets taken out by Posh Pharaoh. It looks like Hammy picks up a kill with the bomb on the Blitz. Wow.
This Blitzcrank is really not working out the way Olympus hoped for. And you can tell that they're trying to make it work, but XFlow just is prepared to respond on every time that it ends up something happening.
I wonder if it would work better with INF. I'm not too sure. I know they're both early, but...
I don't think it would have been that helpful, given the fact that it's still relying the Blitz to be the one finding these angles, and I think Dilly and Jin would have still been able to buy enough space for it to be really hard for Eclipse.
Yeah. Malphite ultimate was used on the mid-tower dive. They did not get Viger, and Herald did take that bot outer tower. So now there's a free farm wave come in. And a safe little niche spot for Twitch over there.
Yeah, so there's a chance that Twitch can actually turn this into a decent lead if Jin and Tonic just freezes this lane and says, hey, give up the second dragon. I'm going to be here for 5 minutes and freezing this wave and gain a huge CS lead.
Oh, flash from GP gets the safety from the Talia wall.
I don't think just GP gets out of here.
This is
really good pincer by Olympus.
Working together. Pillar, pincer, pinched. There's a blast cone. This is wasting a lot of their time, and bought them an Ocean Dragon for free. Good follow-up by XFlow.
Here's what I'll say is, there's a decent chance that Olympus was just talking about giving this dragon, and at least they got something out of it, of killing this Gangplank.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Olympus had the positioning to contest it.
Yeah.
So instead of trying to overforce on a dragon and likely losing 2, 3, or even an ace, you now lose the dragon, but you get a kill in response, get some extra gold onto your Trundle, and maybe something else comes out of that.
Yeah, I mean, the Hex Gates are active, and it's a Hex Gate Soul game, so... Hex Dragons would be cool.
Hectic that can be in game 1.
Yeah, I mean, they give it 4 ones. If Malphite can get in position here... Nope. Control word.
So, lanes being swapped around. Mazda Penguin being sent into the bot lane, furthest from the next objective, which will be Herald in an unknown amount of time because Riot doesn't know how to update spectator client. But now you really need to look and see where does each team want to get their gold, because on the side of XFlow, you're kind of getting it where you want it. You want it on the Jin, and Vigar's slowly scaling up, GP slowly scaling up, and you're kind of sitting pretty. This is gonna be dangerous for Gin and Tonic to sit out alone, but you have Mobster Penguin coming up to hover.
You got also Awkward Tofu rotating down, catching up the Wukong. Twitch couldn't pincer this with some damage? No? No poke?
You don't want to be stepping up that far if you're Twitch. There was a Jin and a Zillion, that would have been very scary.
I mean, you got Malphite right there. It's seen a wombo combo. Trundle's caged in, and it's time for the cage match versus the Wukong Polish Pharaoh knockup root ultimate combo. Kill switch kills the switch, and Zillion ultimate keeps Alipaka speed is the safety. Does not die. I think it popped.
Yeah, this game's feeling a lot more like game 1 so far for Olympus, where they were trying to make plays and they just never really got any kind of footing. The closest they got was that first gank where they got the kill on Gangplank, and they haven't been able to get much since, except for a single response kill on the GP.
Yeah. Let's went over to look at a Talia kill. Let's see if they can catch something here with the Blitzcrank hook. No clone, nope. Swing and a miss. I think it's just too slow. I don't know about it. Like, Thresh is more universal. Blitz hook just feels slower from, you know, the old Blitz hook.
I think it's really just there haven't been many options or many chances for Blitz to land it, because Blitz hook is more often wider than Thresh hook. Fight top lane. This is not going the way you want it, Tofu.
Oh my gosh, for Tofu getting plopped. Oh, wait, Alpaca almost gets it, but the Twitch ultimate, and ooh, going invisible. No, here comes Talia wall, and right on top of it, there's the exhaust. There's the root flash to save to get out of the cage. Here comes the teleport from behind. GB's on top of it with the cleanse. There's the root double combo back. Bomb does not get delivered to the Twitch. It looks like XFlow Pink will push in this mid, A-ramming it a little bit with the 4 members here. Wukong's over by the Baron.
Yeah, and another play that started out kind of favorable for Olympus, and it just kind of fizzled out and started going in the favor of XFlow Pink. So
Free Herald.
I feel like this game is boiling down to this Blitz pick not working out. Because not only did you not get success out of your counter pick, you forced your top lane into not getting counter pick and having a potentially winning matchup there. So there's a lot of pressure for you to get something out with this Blitzcrank pick, and it looks like they're wanting to contest this Hextech Dragon. It would be sole point for XFlow if they're able to get it.
And Talia's doing alright. Again, she's got some good waves there, power mid lane.
Yeah, Talia's doing alright, but is alright good enough? Because
no, it needed to roam more, I think. But she went rock solid. It's just, you're right about the Blitzcrank. For sure. Too much pressure there.
To try and avoid this being just a harp on DZG Olympus Game 3.
Mm-hmm.
This has also been played very well by XFlow. They've been prepared to mitigate the damage that a Blitzcrank can cause in lane. They've had answers ready in primarily the GP ult, but also having Wukong in position whenever Eclipse is going for those very, very aggressive hooks. So
Perennial flip push is also a thing we're not factoring here. Like, it should be, you know, yeah, we saw it game 1. It was flip push power from it is just phenomenal from you know, their Trundle player.
Yeah,
typically Malphite can't really pull it off as well.
Well, here's the interesting thing about Trundle Jungle is I believe Jungle has a mechanic similar to the support minion rule, where if you have too much of your gold from lane minions, you get reduced gold. But for junglers, it falls off at 20 minutes. So if you're going to put Trundle in a split pushing position, you're doing it now. But you open yourself up to a lot of problems of having your smite on the wrong side of the map. If you don't do it very smartly. Because if you said Trundle bot, this is not the fastest Baron take, but they could definitely bait it.
I think, yeah, he gets just split top and stay near whatever major objective it is, and then, you know, just have Malphite group with Blitz combo and Twitch, and then Talia, you know, all the AoE CC. I think Trundle will excel at the 1v1 versus GP as well. You know?
Yeah. He definitely can win it. I'm holding out hope to see this Blitzcrank do something.
It might happen, but it's gonna. I think it's gonna follow up off them grouping, A-ramming, really. Gives us a good Talia wall. Nope, cuts them off. Not the Herald, though. She gets caught out here.
Flash.
Knock up the safety roots. And here comes Trundle, and they stuck the Herald. Okay, it's not bad.
So, I'm not a fan of that flash from Polish because you have Soul up in 2 minutes and 38 seconds.
Oh, ulti Malphite right here. Boop, bop, clip, flop. It's not enough because the tower's gone, but he's got him low. Here comes Twitch, free kill. There we go. Twitch is buying into the game.
Alright, so you get the gold where you want it. And, okay, buy some space. But as I was saying, now you don't have Wukong Flash for the Flash ultimates onto the backline. So there is a chance that this Dragon Fight's going to be just that much harder for XFlow to do.
Oh!
Okay.
Down! Eclipse gets the stuns! There's ultimate from Twitch, forced to dash out! Albaga hits the hill, hits the exhaust, hits the speed boost, and running it! Out of there! The speed on that man, whoa! And here comes the OP kill switch with the cage. There's the ultimate from Jin. Frontal body blocks, Eclipse pulls the hook on top of OP kill switch. He's gonna get Q stack, no, dodge dog, yeah, Q stack gets him.
Yeah, that's just Eclipse not going the same exit path, but it's a really good attempt because Alipaka got caught window shopping and not like quite prepared to match the Blitzcrank flash hook. And this is going to be a siege that Olympus can realistically contest.
Yeah, even with the GP ultimate, they'll just walk it off. Dragon's up in a minute. And it's Soul Point.
Soul Point. And now each team or usually about a minute before this, the 2 minutes before the Dragon Spawn, you're taking into account what are we gonna have for this fight. And if you notice, one of the bigger things is we don't have Twitch ult on the side of Olympus. But they also don't have the ability to say we're not contesting this.
Well, they could trade Baron for it. It'd be hurt.
I don't know if you ever want to trade a Baron for Hex Tech Soul because
no,
of how powerful it is.
It's the best soul.
But
it's got the AP haste.
Here's the thing. They have first setup with a Blitzcrank.
All
it is very scary to push in with a Blitzcrank, but you see Olympus, they're not positioning appropriately around
They're waiting for Talia Malphite.
There we go.
Yeah, they're waiting for teleport to come in.
So now get Blitzcrank into an awkward angle.
With Malphite, yeah. And then just Twitch light him up.
You do not want what is happening right now. You do not want Eclipse being in the backline. Because you're wanting to try and catch somebody out and force them to overextend.
Yeah.
You want this. You want Eclipse standing off to the side trying to catch somebody.
Yeah.
You can continue to do this dance because
not for long. The trigger's gonna get pulled eventually. Twitch gone invisible. No ultimate. Oh my gosh, this is such a long dragon dance.
So tense! Each team not wanting to be the first to pull the trigger.
Dragon's pulled. Trundle's got on to lock. They're gonna throw the double bomb. There's a fight. There's a Talia wall. Malphite will do on top of it. There's a knockup. Dragon gets taken by the Trundle. Then the ulti combo. Wukong gets a double knockup and gets on top of the Twitch. But gets dropped immediately thanks to the help of it. The ultimate from Zillion keeps him alive and revived. Viger's still alive, and there goes Mobster Penguin to the rest of the enemy team. Looks like a teleport. No, a death on both of them. As Malphite takes down oh no, double kill. Wow. That's an ace.
Was really close to being a good fight, but this is going to be a lot of the base, if not possibly the game. I don't think quite the game, but there's going to be a lot of the base falling for Olympus just to get that one dragon and the bounty.
Inhibitor and bot tower. 201 stacks on the Viger. Whew. Ever since they added it to getting stacks off hitting champions, it's been nutty for Viger stacks. It's like the fastest stacking thing besides, like, I want to say, like, Senna maybe? Possibly?
I think it is a little. I think it's a little slower than NASA stacking.
Yeah, because he gets more stacks per hit.
Yeah. So
But
now, if you're the side of Olympus, you need to do that same exact fight at Baron, and
but
try
not
and
get
get a
ace.
slightly more favorable,
You can't get
slightly
ace.
more favorable outcome.
It looked good, like with the ultimate combo of Malphite, and they ran down Jin, but there wasn't enough follow-up. And Jin and Tonic got dove by Wukong, but like Zillion just said nope, and just literally kept the team alive. And no one really got on top of Viger, who's 4-0, Jin's 4-0, Wukong's 2-0, hasn't died. That's wild. Surprise.
One thing that I'm kind of been trying to say without fully saying it. Keep my mouth shut for this
And
fight.
Shin ultimate gets on top of power over the Ethernet. Ultimate's dropped, and he's fine.
That's the
walks
start
up.
of Baron, most likely.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They know the jungler's down and out. No vision, double bomb. They're splitting with Malphite right now. Teleport is up. He could get out of it.
Not
Teleport.
with his health.
If he could teleport over here, he could. There's tons of wards. They're going for the Zillion pick. They get it for the hook.
But he's just buying time.
He is buying a lot of time, and no one's over the wall. They need to get over that wall, and nope. There goes Baron. That's Soul and Baron. Or XFlow Pink.
No, it's not sold. Olympus was able to steal it.
That's right.
But what I was gonna say is, Olympus is gonna need to, or probably needed to at this point. It's maybe a little too late. They needed to have early setup on these objectives and do what they did at that 4th dragon fight, where you're saying, hey, XFlow, you need to come towards the Blitzcrank, towards the Talia, towards the Trundle, and we're not going to give up much space whenever we can hold it. And you just say, hey, Blitz, you need to sit in the side and be fishing for these hooks on XYZ and list who the priority targets are. And it's not, I wouldn't necessarily say it's easy, but it's a possibility that can win you fights if done properly.
It's gotta be on the Viger. Like, you can pop the Viger pretty easy with Blitzcrank combo.
I would
They
say
just haven't
Vigar
been
or Jhin. It has to
Yeah.
be one of those two.
They've
Because
had no
hooking the
luck on
Zillion doesn't
Jhin.
do much, and hooking the GP doesn't do much.
And the Wukong wants it. So, yeah, I'd say it's Viger overall. It's like, Jin's been able to escape it. Looks like they're going for a pick play. No dragging up yet. There's the ultimate knock-up combo, and that's a dead Tricross. As a hook from downtown picks up the great and mighty Jhin, drops. Wukong goes deep in the back line. Ultimate knock-up. Talia gets it. Ultimate from Vigar picks up the Blitzcrank, saying that hook was not worth it. As the Jhin ultimate gets laid down.
Jungle for support's not that terrible.
True, and 4 members are up here for DZG. Olympus. And we'll get the bot.
Just have people go back to heal, and you can.
Run
You
the
probably
Vigar.
don't want to contest this inhibitor. Actually, you can.
Yeah, you do. They need to get on top of Jhin or Viger, but one person by themselves. Q-Stacks adds up, and the damage is lethal. Boom,
That's Soul giving up
that's it to the
because
skin. Yeah.
that is really tough.
You
This
know,
Vigar is a
Merc
huge
Boots
problem.
would just walk right past that. I think a lot of them have Mercs, right?
The only person who has Mercs is the Malphite.
I was wondering, because he was in a cage for too long. Yeah, that's Soul. Uncontested. That's brutal. It's a pray and pick sort of situation. And the Viger is holding all the cards with Jhin. It's possible, but
I don't like being the person to harp on things, but I feel like I end up doing it more than I would like in these casts. But that feels like that was the very first Blitz hook that really did much. at that inhibitor is you actually burned a couple things and got a kill off of it, but it's 30 minutes into the game.
No, they didn't get a. It was on Alpaca. They just really on LTD walked out. It was
Well,
the,
I mean, what I mean by that is not necessarily killing the person who you hook.
Oh, and there's the root
get-
combo. Clip slash out of the cage. There's a Gen on top of it. No, a GP ultimate waste and whiff. Malphite's in the right position. The Hextech Soul is popping off, and they will just back up safely. Safely. Yeah.
Safely is a overstatement, but what I mean by it is they don't necessarily kill the person who they hook, but they get a kill because of the hook. Is they got a kill on Polish because they hooked Alpaca in.
Yes.
Is what I'm more meaning by it. And that was the first time they got anything off of one of these hooks. And now Power of Ethernet gets chunked off by this Vigar at 22 Medjaya stacks. Is at 248 stacks at 30 minutes.
7-0. Oh, they're full engaging on the Vigar. There's the follow-up, no damage. Twitch ultimate. There's Liam knockup. And looks like a great Twitch ultimate pops 4 of their lives. But gets popped by the Vigar. Point blank Q. And that's the only number left. It looks like an ace for Olympus here. And all inhibitors are up except for top, and they can just rotate around and knock them all down.
Yeah, you want to be able to end there, but I don't think you're really all that able to. But 3-starring them is still very much a favorable outcome for XFlow.
That Twitch ultimate was popped off there.
It was a really nice Twitch ultimate, but XFlow's just able to swing around their wallet, and it's just really impacting the game a lot. And now you have Baron up in less than a minute. You're 3-starred, so can you do much about this, or do you just hope Power of Ethernet can go for a Miracle Steal? Because if you give up Baron, you likely get overwhelmed by minions. If you all go to it, your base gets overwhelmed by minions, or they backdoor.
Yeah,
so it's kind of a catch-22.
Yeah. They'd have to like pop Twitch ultimate to really wave clear with Talia or something.
Yeah, and
it's not pretty.
You did say Talia has decent wave clear, but it's decent wave clear against regular minions, not these cannon and super minions that are a lot harder to kill, and you need a lot of either AoE or a lot of heavy single target damage.
Vigar bought the Iron Potion.
I mean, it makes perfect sense. He has plenty of AP in and of himself. He just needs to be able to survive.
Yeah.
And now this is just a free Baron for XFlow. Just like game 1, crossing the T's, dotting their I's, getting everything they can.
How many stacks, I wonder?
I'm sure that this Vigar hurt, and I think that's all that really matters.
300 stacks, calling it. Finally.
We'll see what it is at the end of the game, but
As
now
they
what do
go
you do if you're Olympus?
Force engage, slow, cage, double bomb, miss, wall.
Eclipse is cut off by that.
But the silence not enough. Switch in the back right
man.
and oh my god, deletion, but gets a lot of damage off. No one gets on top of the Vigar per se. He's kiting it out with that tenacity potion. Wukong re-engages, knocks up, and that's it. There's only like 2 members left. 1 member? No.
1 member.
And Baron burrowing down.
The Iron Potion paying off dividends for OP kill switch.
Quick, how many
on
stacks?
this Vigar.
How many stacks on the Vigar? Quick, get out, max stacks. Put it by stacks.
324.
Woo! 300, baby!
Well,
got it.
With that, XFlow Pink takes game 3, takes the match 2-1, but there is a bright side if you're Olympus. You had a really good comeback in game 2. You just need to think. You need to go in and see how do we make sure we do that every game and not just at the very end of one game.
Yeah, game 1 looked really nice with the comp. It's just like they tried to do it again for game 3, but it was different, and it just didn't quite click. Like, there's something they need to change about game 1, but it was, like, almost there. Like, synergy-wise, and the idea and format. The Poppy, the Trundle split push, you know.
Yeah, something like that, and for XFlow Pink, they really, in this game, they showed off that They know how to play their team comp well, how to play their team style well, and they were able to bounce back from that game 2 loss. Mentally, they were able to reset and say, okay, that's a fluke, we can win this, and they came back and showed that they were able to close this series out, and they didn't let that single loss get to you. But with that, here we will be signing off with wishing everybody a good luck. Olympus will be playing next week. I'm not sure who their opponent is, and the stream details are pending. Follow us on Twitter at DZG_LOL, and we will see you all tomorrow for Elysium versus Dreadnought Frost.